Day baseball game at Baum Walker Stadium, where I am for halftime today. Matt Jones is in his home studio. We got Christian Johnston all by himself, beamed up, probably nicotined up too, my friends. And this is halftime today for the next 3 hours. Glad to be with you, Matt. Good to see you today, man. How was your St. Patrick's Day night?
Man, we had, yes, good to see you. It's game day. The March Madness, everything is in action. How fun is the world right now, especially the sports world? Had a great dinner last night for St. Patty's Day, and for one day of the year, everybody can be Irish, and that was yesterday, right?
Well, what was your Irish meal? Because last night I did not have an Irish meal. I didn't even wear. I guess I was Irish for just a little bit because the Hogs last night had the bases loaded for, I think, one or two plate appearances. So you can see my beer hat here. It's green. This is the only green that I had. I can't wear the green hats they gave out yesterday. I got one of the hats, but I can't wear it because it makes me look like an alien, like a giant head. So I didn't do much Irish yesterday.
Yeah, I need one of those hats. I know that green baseball hat you got me. It was pretty cool. We had some green beans that were like done in the oven, like
Hmm.
just a different style of green bean. Two different types of corned beef, like two different styles. Charcuterie board, all the accoutrement was there. Let's just say that it was a good time.
That's great. That's great. Well, I had an Uncrustable before the game, and then I had cottage cheese and grapes afterwards because I can't eat too. Well, my delicate stomach, I can't eat too much before going to bed. And I didn't get back to the hotel until about 9:45, so it was a very light breakfast for dinner, and I don't know how Irish that was. And it
Well,
was a
we're
long game too, man.
Well, we're all going to eventually be 78-year-old women, and we're going to eat cucumber soup our whole life. At the end, that's how we get, and it's pretty
That's
cool
what
how our bodies function. But we're all slowly. What does he say in The Departed, an Irish movie? Jack Nicholson goes, "Hey, we're all on our way out. Act accordingly."
perfect. That's right. So I should have had myself a triple cheeseburger at
Why you
9:45.
can, why you can, because one of these days the doctor's going to say no mas.
Oh man! So I got. Last night was an interesting experience. The baseball game lasted 3 hours and 11 minutes to play into the bottom of the eighth inning. Hogs last night nearly tied the school record for walks. They walked 14 times. One more would have tied the school record. That Northern Colorado pitching staff had a lot of trouble throwing strikes yesterday, and that was even with a strike zone that was huge. I mean, the guy's given 3 inches off both sides of the plate. So that was something else. And so the World Baseball Classic championship game began an hour after the Razorback baseball game began, and it was a much better pitched game between the United States and Venezuela. And I could see Bubba's Bubba's focus on the Razorback. It wasn't like he was losing focus on that, but it was driving him crazy that we hadn't run ruled them yet, and you couldn't head home and watch this championship game. So you know how I am about this, Matt. I very rarely will pull up another game while I'm calling a game. Now I was
I
thinking
know
about this.
exactly what you mean.
Well, if Arkansas beats Hawaii tomorrow, I may have the same situation on Saturday. We don't know what time the tip would be, but whether it's High Point or Wisconsin, Arkansas baseball is an afternoon game, so I may have to. It's decent practice. Last night, I put on the World Baseball Classic Championship in the seventh inning. By that time, Venezuela's already on 2-0, and I put my extra screen on, which that blew Bubba's mind that I had an extra screen just sitting in my bag that I could hook onto the laptop screen and put another one on there, and and then I felt terrible for him because after Arkansas finally finishes the run rule win and he goes down to the field to talk to our player of the game, it's still 2-0 Venezuela. He's got no clue what's going on, and that's when Bryce Harper hits the game-tying home run with Bubba walking down the stairwell with no clue of what just happened. Then I report back to him that happened, and and he's like, "Well, don't worry. Aaron Judge is going to win it for us." Of course, Aaron Judge did not win it for the United States yesterday. Um, Venezuela wins it in the ninth inning, and man, I mean, baseball literally is a game of millimeters. On that stolen base that put the winning run in scoring position, if the throw is just a little bit better, or Bryce Terang allows the ball to come to him instead of snapping it up, like a first baseman might snap it up, who knows what happens? He could have been out, and then maybe they're still playing. Um, I mean, there's all sorts of things. Who do you want that pitcher on the mound? Do you want Mason Miller on the mound at that point? Apparently, the A's said we don't want Miller throwing unless we have the lead, and they didn't have the lead at that moment. But you're supposed to use your closer. in the in the ninth inning of a tie game on the road, or when you're the home team. So go figure, go figure. All I know is that was watching the celebration for Venezuela last night, Matt, and I've felt like this as I've paid attention to this tournament, which I think has really exploded this year in a way that it hadn't before. That's getting me fired up for the World Cup, for soccer, for the FIFA World Cup, because I'm seeing these Venezuelan players treat this tournament exactly the way that any player on any national team will treat the FIFA World Cup. I mean, they're thanking God. They're treating it like they more than they won the World Series. In fact, I think in their minds they just did win the World Series. So I was. It's such a great tournament, but it's a different thing. International competition, Matt, is going to have a different sense of pride, won't it?
Anytime you get a chance to represent your state, which or your country, I've only been able to represent the state, but I took that with pride, and that goes back to getting all your in-state kids, people that want to represent the Arkansas Razorbacks. What is the cool? I mean, Phil, to be so good at something and be on the world stage, and I think you heard it with Scruble's voice. Right when he left the team, he said, "I didn't know how cool it was," and it's. Don't take any of this time for granted, and that goes back to my whole thing with the SEC tournament. Man, you tomorrow's not promised. Years ago, COVID happened, the tournament was canceled. You're given an opportunity to go out and be excellent. Go out and be excellent. Don't take these moments for granted. And I think this is a moment that some American baseball players, the next time the World Baseball Classic happens, I bet you have a better turnout because. It's an honor. It's a privilege. It's pretty cool to be able to represent your country. And like you said, maybe we don't know a lot about it right now as far as the Baseball Classic, or it's not that big in America. But man, to represent your country on that stage, that's just such an honor.
Well, and talking about the basketball team there, and I was kind of wondering how you felt about this because. They're already out in Portland. I don't know how long the team was able to even be in Fayetteville.
I would have left the next day. No, changing elevation, changing time zone. As soon as I got back, we would have left and went out there and been out there for 3 days. But I'm not. They don't ask me what.
As far as I know, as long as they win these next two games, they're going to be staying out west for the entirety
100%.
Of the first 2 weekends. It'll be a 2-week road trip, which is an interesting thing to pull off. Even if you don't, you can't guarantee you're going to be out there that long. You're not packing for 2 weeks. You pack for a week, and then you do your road laundry. And I feel like for Chuck and Zim, you know what my goal is every single year, Matt? Every single year. It's not a matter with you. I want to be doing laundry in some weird laundromat in Omaha, Nebraska in June. Because if that's the case, the Hogs are playing for the national championship. If those two guys are doing laundry at some weird laundromat somewhere in Portland, or San Francisco or San Jose or wherever, the Hogs are about to play in the Sweet 16.
Well, you got to get an NIL deal, Phil, because when you make $1 million a year, you don't do laundry. You just go to the store and buy new clothes.
I got to make $1 million a year first.
They're not worried about that. They're not. They live in a different life than me or you would live on this tournament. It's all first class. It's all brotherhood. It's all family. They're all millionaires. Like, come on. They're not worried about 75 cents doing laundry. They just go to the store and buy new stuff, man.
No, those guys, the players, they're the millionaires. Chuck and Zim are the working man.
We're not worried about Chuck and Zim. We're worried about the players.
That's who I'm worried about. I'm talking about the broadcasters that have to do their own laundry, that actually have to break out the little thimble and the
little rotten Chuck and Zim.
That's right.
Somebody should worry about those two guys, man. They got it rough. They got it tough.
That's right.
Wow.
Anytime you got to do your own laundry in some place you've never been, but that means you. It's a privilege to do something like that. That's what I mean. That's why I said it's a goal of mine, at least a goal of mine. You're just on the trip, basically having fun with whatever it is that's going on at that point. But Chuck's waking up. I think he's doing like a 4:00 a.m. morning show while you're out there. Man, I mean, that I'm not feeling bad, but I wouldn't want to do anything like that. But I think they got back at 2 a.m. Monday. And then leave the same day. I mean, it's wild travel. I don't even know how you can practice with everything that there's going on, or what kind of intensity you can do.
Coach Cal has a house out there, bro. You don't think he doesn't know somebody to go get a gym to go do things? Like, the connections, the web is deep and dark, and it's long. It's a big web of like. Coach Cal calls you on the phone, hey, can we come use your gym? You say no. I mean, it's all first class. That's the least of my worries.
But my
change of
question-
elevation and time change would be more of what I would worry about. But as far as their comforts, bro, everything's going to be first class.
My question here is, how much time is there to put everything in? And
It's all in.
You're gonna feel prepared for it and everything. I mean,
They're not
how much
changing
time
who they
is
are.
there to practice?
That's not coach doesn't practice. Have you listened to Coach Cal? They don't practice. They do shoot around. They do individual stuff. Everything they're doing is in. They might draw up a play here to learn about and do things and add a little wrinkle. 98% of everything this team's going to do in the tournament has been installed. You're not changing who you are. They know their identity. That's the least. I'm worried about when we play Wisconsin if we can match up with their bigs and it's a war of attrition and don't get in foul trouble. Those are kind of the things. But as far as who we are, I promise you, Arkansas, if they'll just do their thing, they're going to be okay.
Just going out and getting your body right for competition tomorrow.
Take care of yourself. That's where Dean Weber, Dave England, whoever the trainer is, that's where he makes his money. Take care of these kids. They're thoroughbreds.
Here's halftime on this Wednesday. I'm out at 1:30 with baseball at 3 and a 2:30 airtime. And some moving parts around today. Dudley Dawson coming on at 12:15, and Grant Hall after the break. We'll also be doing C Unit's halftime homework in this first hour with our pronunciation bowl and our mascot madness. We got some things that we were going to get to yesterday that we didn't, so then we get to those today. And calls and texts on the Lewis Automotive Hotline at 877-377-6963. Grant Hall joining halftime in just a minute.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Hotline at 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back in 600.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's Lutz boxes are going to people's heads. Because once they experience the refined $5 box, opulent $7 box, and indulgent $9 box with the new Crispy Chicken Crunch Wrap slider, they start expecting everything to be as Lutz. Home, James? You know you don't have a chauffeur, right? Don't let the Lutz go to your head. Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes today.
It's here, the ultimate challenge going on at the Lewis Automotive Group, and we're on a mission to sell over 600 vehicles, and we're getting extremely close. We've got more than 1,000 vehicles to choose from, and more than $2 million in discounts, and we're not holding anything back all month long. Get up to $20,000 off MSRP or 0% financing on select models, and payments starting at only $199 a month. The ultimate savings, the ultimate selections, and the ultimate amount for your trade. The ultimate challenge going on only at the Lewis Automotive Group.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for, only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
While most people are playing for bragging rights, MyBookie is giving away $100,000 in their Madness Bracket Contest. This is about turning your ball knowledge into bankroll. Head to mybookie.ag. Use code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and get your first bet covered up to $500. If it misses, activate your bet back bonus token and run it back. The madness only comes once a year. So don't just watch it, win it. Only at MyBookie. Must opt in during the bet to use the bet back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they love the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
Still don't know what I was waiting for, and my time was running wild in dead-end streets, and every time I thought I got it made, it seemed the taste was not so sweet. So I turned myself to face me, but I've never caught a glimpse how the others must see a faker. I'm much too fast to take that test. Change it.
Make sure to follow Halftime on X at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back, and 600 vehicles must be sold in March. Let's get back to the show with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Grant Hall's on our Lewis Automotive Group hotline here on a Wednesday morning. Would usually be a full Hall of Fame Wednesday because Clay Henry is usually with us on Wednesday, but he's not with us today. He's going to be at the ball game with a friend of his, so that makes you the Hall of Famer. Grant, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm getting about every other word, kind of like on Mike Irwin's connection the other day, but we'll see if we can make this work.
Well, I mean, one way to fix that is to hang up and try calling back. That's what I always do. Matt and I have a phone conversation every day. Sometimes it works after the hang up and the call back. So did you hear what I just said?
Let me try that. I'll call you guys.
Yeah,
right.
I think you didn't hear what I just said there, Matt. So
I wanted to ask him about they just had the Players Championship, and the Swede that Ludwig Eberg, your favorite Swede, he had the lead and then got beat. I'm sure Grant was. I like talking a little golf with Grant, so hopefully we'll get him back.
Mm-hmm. No, he's calling back right now. Usually the second time is the charm. The worst thing that can happen, there's so many of these conversations we have happen on people's cars on CarPlay, to get the dreaded echo double talk. You know that double talk. Everybody's experienced it before.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We trying him again here, Unit?
It's almost as good as the old Nintendo basketball game, Double Dribble.
That's right. Grant, is this working any better?
Well, it's a little better. We'll attempt here to see if
All
this
right.
will work.
All right. Give it a try.
I got you.
So basketball tomorrow, man. I feel really good about a win over Hawaii. Heck, I mean, even yesterday, live on the air, I picked Arkansas to win the national championship. So, of course, I've got them winning tomorrow. Why not?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the question was, but in terms of Hawaii, guys, I read that they were I think they allow the least number of assists per game in the country. And how you do that, I mean, they've got the big 7-footer in there, and I think they try to funnel everything, that they try to really guard the lane well. And if they could do that, they could maybe cut down on some of Arkansas's fast break points. But it's interesting the way Cal is approaching this thing. He's I think maybe trying to take some pressure off of Arkansas by talking about the difficult travel situation and the quick turnaround, and maybe moving the SEC finals to Saturday, which probably isn't going to happen. But you would think that they'll be ready. I think the thing to watch probably tomorrow at 3:25 is how do the first 5 minutes go? Is Arkansas quick to loose balls? Or they, do they have the same speed and quickness that you're used to seeing?
Grant, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, so Brazil, I mean, just dominant SEC tournament. DJ Wagner, the last game in the championship game, just, without him, we don't win it. Malik Thomas in the semifinal game. Do you think this team, the unselfishness of this team is we don't know who Robin is because it's going to be whatever the team dictates, and then Acuff makes the right basketball play, and there's enough talent on there that it might be somebody else each game as we go forward?
Yeah, and I think I think Malik Thomas is a big key to this thing too, because that's a really good, potentially good scoring guard. He probably 2 of his 3 games in the SEC tournament, he would have thought he could play better. But Acuff, and by the way, getting this first team AP All-America thing, I think Sydney's the only other guy to do that. Sidney Moncrief. I'm not sure what their issue was with Corliss Williamson that year, why he was first team AP All-America, if that's an accurate stat. But anyway, something to be really proud of. And with Acuff being a one-year guy, he has that SEC tournament championship that they'll always remember. And Arkansas has only got 2 of those. So in the 34 previous attempts, there's a lot of players that went through here that did not win an SEC tournament championship. And I know, Calipari kind of plays those things down and says it's about your seeding, and that he's managed to win about 16 of them at his different outposts. So no matter what happens in the NCAA tournament, that's a cool thing for Acuff to look back on.
That's a great point, but your legacy always ends up being made in the NCAA tournament, especially when you have 1 year that you're going to play at Arkansas.
Yeah.
This is it for Acuff, and it's unfair. It's unfair for that to be the case because SEC Player of the Year, rare. First team All-American, rare. All the performances and everything that goes along with it, the tournament championship you just brought up, but still the legacy will be tied to what happens in these next 3 weeks, and that is unfair.
Yeah, and what's interesting, guys, is that Bruce Pearl the other day on Sunday said that Arkansas, basically no one else is going to have Darius Acuff. In other words, you're going to have to deal with him regardless of who Arkansas is playing. I saw a thing today listing 4 or 5 potential winners, and Arkansas was in there. I can't even remember where I saw it, but they like how the Razorbacks are trending right now, and getting through this first week. I think Wisconsin would be a tough out. They've got they've got one guy that hit 6 3-point shots, in that 88-85 loss to Michigan, and then a couple of other guys who are averaging, I think, 20 and 18 or something like that. So that coach Greg Gard has been there 11, 12, 13 years, something like that. But to me, that's going to be a tough game if Arkansas is fortunate enough to get there.
Yeah, Grant, I think you're right. I think a key to that game is the thing we did in the SEC tournament was get easy baskets, meaning off a miss, off a long rebound. And when a team shoots a lot of threes like that, rebounds are longer, as you know, and we can use our athletic ability. I saw this stat, Grant, that Arkansas led the nation in dunks this year.
Yeah, well, they had 6 of the first 9 field goals, I think, were dunks in one of those games. It reminds me a little bit, and I was just thinking about this when you said that, the speed and athleticism, when you go back to the era of Moncrief and, of course, U.S. Reed. I remember one time Arkansas went to Alaska, and they beat this very good Missouri team. I think they were up 30 points on them or something, just running them. into the ground. So hopefully they can do some of that and just kind of gain confidence as they go along.
That's funny, and I didn't realize, Matt. Just watching their games this year, I'm not surprised they lead the nation in dunks. I don't know where to find that, but you know what you've been watching, and so more on this Hawaii matchup tomorrow. I can't think of a team that would match up better for you then. That's not going to switch. It's like, well, it's okay if you blow by us. You can go right to the rim. I mean, they're not going to let you offensive rebound very much, but does it matter if you blow by them and throw it down?
Yeah, you just have to get off to a good start. You know, sometimes you see these games where you're down after 5 or 6 minutes and you never get the lead. So I think that's a big key, especially to a team, as we've talked about, their travel situation. Guys, I wanted to mention something. I went to Sunday's football practice at Arkansas, and I think it's my 72nd year to watch Arkansas football. And you meet a lot of people through the years, and one of them was Scott Reed, who lettered at quarterback for Arkansas in 1983. And, Matt, you'll appreciate this. In 81, Arkansas was getting ready to play North Carolina in the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville, Florida. And Scott did all the practicing. Brad Taylor was hurt, and so it looked like he might play the game. And then that afternoon, about 2-3 hours before the game, the fog was so bad that ABC wasn't sure that they could televise the game. They were talking about maybe postponing the game or something, and you couldn't see the stands on the other side of the stadium from your side of the stadium. It was crazy. I remember Orville Hendry afterwards said he wasn't sure he saw that game that he wrote about. But Brad came back and passed for 300 yards or something, and Arkansas lost because a punt bounced crazily off a kid named Mike Harris, and North Carolina got it and scored. They won 31-27. But I talked to, Scott said that Brad Taylor, he still sees him. Brad's kind of got a bad back right now, can't play golf. But Scott himself had a crutch. He's had a knee that he finally is having to get fixed. And he told me they had a house fire a year or two ago, and really about basically lost all their possessions. So, but the guy's won 4 out of 5 state championships. In the finals, he's been 5 times and won 4 of them. And he stepped down, and now I believe he's the AD at El Dorado after a long coaching career in the state of Arkansas. So that's what I give credit to Bray Cook for reaching out. I saw where Grant Cook and I think DJ Williams were there yesterday. I think you're going to see during the spring here a lot of former Razorback players and coaches, and it's good to see them doing that.
Hey, Grant, I speaking of golf here, watching the Players' Championship, one of my favorites. Talk a little bit about Phil's favorite player, Ludwig Aberg, that he had the lead going into the final round, and you shoot 76. And just kind of what a learning experience that is, because the dude's uber talented. I like him. He's been on the come for the last 4 or 5 years. What are your thoughts on the how do you finally close one out, and how do you stop the bleeding, when you go out there on the final day and shoot a 76?
Oberg was so impressive at Texas Tech that they named him to that European Ryder Cup team, and he had never even been in a major. And he was good, and he's got tremendous talent. He had a couple of balls in the water, on the back nine on Sunday, and that set him back, but they seem to be in good spirits afterwards. I certainly would not sleep on. He's been a runner-up in the Masters already. So I would not sleep on him in a few weeks here at Augusta. He's just a great talent. I love the way he just gets up there and hits it. He doesn't overthink anything, and has a great swing. I don't think this will scar him maybe in the way that it might someone who had not achieved like he has already in his young career. So, yeah, he's one to watch, I would say.
Watch much? Well, of course you watched the World Baseball Classic. Grant, you and I were texting about it. How did you view? How did you view the? Is it an American failure, or is it more just an amazing win by Venezuela, which is how I'd like to view it? But I do think that the Americans should usually have the better team.
Phil, it's like every other level of baseball now. It's like home runs or strikeouts. I was watching that 9th inning, and I guess Schwarber thought that if he hit a 500-foot home run, it would count 2-3 runs or something. nobody compromises the swing anymore ever, and you see it in college baseball, and you don't see bunts and hit and runs and all the things that I loved when the St. Louis Cardinals did them in the '80s. And that's just probably not coming back. But Harper hit the 2-run homer in the 8th that made it 2-2 and made it pretty exciting. So, I mean, I heard people questioning who started for the United States, but that's just how it worked out, right?
Yeah,
rookie.
That's right, and it's not like you're bringing scrubs into those situations either. So, Graham, we'll leave it there. Always appreciate you coming on. Thanks so much, and more. Hopefully, we're talking Sweet 16 when we visit next week.
Sounds good. See you.
All right, that's Grant Hall joining us every Wednesday on our Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Game day tomorrow is going to be outstanding. You can make it even better wearing your Razorback gear at Joe's Grilling Cantina because you'll get half-price apps and cheap taps during the game. That's throughout the entire tournament. When the Razorbacks are playing, you'll get half-price apps and cheap taps when you're wearing your Razorback gear. That's Joe's Grill and Cantina. See you there, 3400 South 74th, across from Harps in Fort Smith, where the tap flows and fans roar. We've got halftime homework. C-Unit did some heavy lifting, and we'll get to that right after the break.
This is halftime. It's tournament time, and the Hogs are ready to party in Portland. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Whether your roof needs repaired or totally replaced, Foster Roofing will make sure you have it all covered. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons. If you're looking for the ultimate watch party, Walk-Ons has you covered with wall-to-wall TVs, scratch-made Louisiana favorites, and a full lineup of crap beers and cocktails. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices, like ping pong, right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Spring projects are coming fast, so now's the time to fix it before it starts. At C2 Supply, we've got the industrial and agricultural supplies you need to keep every project running smoothly. From fasteners and fittings to tools, safety gear, and hard-to-find parts, C2 Supply helps you gear up before the work gets going. Don't let missing supplies or worn-out parts cause downtime. Get spring project ready with C2 Supply in Poda. C2 Supply. Let us see to your supply needs. 602 North Broadway in Poda, or give us a call at 918-647-0430.
We all make plans for the future, like car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Brandon Zimmerman in Barling or call Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith.
Winter's here, and as the temperature drops, energy use can go up. That means so can your bills. At Arkansas Oklahoma Gas, we know managing energy costs isn't always simple, and we're here to help. We offer practical energy-saving tips, convenient payment options, and connections to assistance programs to help you through the season. Whether you're planning ahead or looking for extra support, our team is ready to help you explore your options. Learn more at aogc.com/winter.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them. Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most.
Call your local shelter agent, Ryan Hughes in Fort Smith.
Whether it's torque, horsepower, or just extreme work, diesel trucks do their job. But when your diesel truck needs maintenance or repair, it's time to head to Extreme Diesel. Everything from standard maintenance to extreme repairs, including injector testing. Extreme Diesel delivers. They have the tools and service for your Cummins, Duramax, or Power Stroke. You trust your truck to deliver on your needs, and you can trust your truck at Extreme Diesel. 6630 Alma Highway between Van Buren and Alma. Check them out on Facebook or give them a call at 651-3363. They're bilingual.
Now offering CP4 solutions for both Chevy and Ford, as well as heavy-duty diesel repair and diagnostics.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Sometimes to the song on the radio.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Want to jump in the conversation? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March. Let's get back to the show with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, we'll see if we get all this into one segment or if we separate it into a couple.
We should be able to.
Matt Jones, it's my fault yesterday. It's not your fault. It's not C-Unit's fault. My fault we did not get to C-Unit's halftime homework yesterday. We were too busy, sitting in the same room together.
Two shots get in the way, man.
Yeah. Again, you should have seen the look on Christian's face when he tried the ginger juice shot. It was like he ate alien blood.
Yeah, I had nightmares last night. Thinking about how I don't know if I could do that again.
Well, when you dream, do you dream in cartoon?
Technically no. My dreams are pretty realistic. I've had some pretty crazy dreams. Yeah.
All right, we don't need to analyze the dreams just yet. We might start that after 2 o'clock. But in the meantime, let's see if we got this pronunciation bowl thing figured out. Halftime homework is brought to you by Flyway Brewing in Fayetteville. This is where you want to be watching basketball this week. They have $3 16-ounce pours, $2 off stem pours, $10 wings and fries, and $3 chip baskets. That's during all the basketball madness. That is an all-day happy hour. It's not any certain times. It's while they're open during the basketball madness. Perfect spot to settle in at Flyway. Enjoy great fruit and fresh beer. Take in all the basketball. That's Flyway Brewing in Fayetteville on Zion Road. It is your next stop for basketball. All right, Unit, how long did this take you?
It took me a good 30, 40 minutes probably to get it all together. And so we're going to start with obviously the mascot, and then you guys have the names in front of you, so you can kind of look at those. I'll spell the names out for the listeners.
Some of these look virtually impossible.
I think I have like all of them but two.
You should have them all.
I think I got.
I see what you're saying. There's a couple.
No, yeah, as far as I can pronounce them, just from watching soccer over the last decade.
I feel like you may have an unnatural advantage from the soccer that you watch. Yes, but I'm ready to do this. All right, what's the mascots first?
All right, we're going to start with the Queens. What are the Queens? What is Queens called?
Sacramento Queens.
So that's Queens, North Carolina. That's the team. Arkansas played them this year. They're the champions of the A-Sun, correct?
Yes.
Okay. They are the Queens. You said they're the Queens?
No.
What did Matt say? What did you say they
Sacramento.
are, Matt?
Remember when Shaquille O'Neal, when they were trying to get through Sacramento, when they had Chris Webber, Bobby Jackson, Mike Bibby. He's like, I'm not worried about the Sacramento Queens.
I've got a hint. It
Oh,
is
go
a
ahead.
MLB baseball mascot.
The Queens Royals.
Yes.
Good work,
Yeah,
Phil.
the Queens Royals. I did that, and the hint gave it away. So I think you only get half a point for a hint.
Okay, no more hints then. I'll spell out this name. SAIF-ALLAH. Last name Zatari.
Saif Allah-Zatori.
Is he on Queens?
Yes.
He plays for Queens. Okay, Saif Allah-Zatari.
That's pretty darn close. The way I say it, I have it spelled phonetically. Saifullah Zatari.
Saif Allah.
Saif Allah-Zatari.
Yeah.
So that feels like a mixture of the two names right there without the dash. Wow, that's interesting. It didn't sound like
Yeah,
we got
you would
either
think
of
you'd
those.
pronounce it Allah, but it's Saifullah.
Saifullah Zatari. I like that name, man. Okay, who's next?
All right, High Point. What is the mascot for High Point?
This could be a school that Arkansas is playing. If High Point defeats Wisconsin, High Point is in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they have a mascot that's got anything that has anything to do with North Carolina or anything like that. Do you have any idea, Matt, what High Point is? I think they're a bird of some sort.
I think they're what the football team is.
Which is?
The Carolina.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Matt's correct.
He got the Panthers. Okay. Well, I wasn't going to say Panthers. I was going with a bird, so I didn't get that one right. Well done.
All right, the name. Josh. That's easy.
Joshua.
IBUKUNOLUWA.
Josh Abukinola.
All right. You got a guess, Matt?
Yeah, Joshua Abukanola.
It's Josh Ibu Kunalua.
Ibu Kunalua.
Well, I don't think I got even a single syllable correct.
I got -1 for my response. So my Panthers is I'm back at 0.
So so far you and I both have.
You
got
have a
one
half a
mascot.
point and I have 0.
Yeah. You got a half. You got a point for Panthers. You
Oh,
got
okay.
that one right. It's one. You won me half a point. That's not going to work out very well. Who's next, unit?
All right, Hofstra. What is their mascot?
So you want to try first here?
I don't know. I was gonna say like the Golden Eagles.
No.
See, I was wrong.
Hofstra is one of those nicknames that doesn't have an S on the end of it. They're the Pride.
Yes.
Oh, see, yeah, there you go. They're like the Rainbows.
And a very cool name, Victory, which is easy, and then ONUETU is the last name.
Victory Onutu.
No, close. Not quite.
Anuto.
Onuetu.
Anuetu.
Anuetu. I'm 0 for 3 on these pronunciations.
Same. I thought I was
feel
good.
Like Saif Allah-Zatari so far is the easiest one.
All right.
Okay.
Long Island University. They've got a really cool mascot. It's well, I can give a hint.
Don't give a hint yet. Long Island University, and every time I see Long Island, I always think they're going to be the Ducks because that was an old minor league baseball team on Long Island. The oddity of Long Island University is that it's not located. It is on Long Island, but it's in Queens, New York, which is actually the beginning of Long Island. But then where they play basketball is in Brooklyn, which is not Long Island. That's actually not part of Long Island, but it's still LIU. Go figure.
This is a well, I won't give a hint.
The Islanders.
See, now that would be a great one because that's the hockey team.
That's what I was going for.
They
The
used
same
to
thing.
play in Long Island. I think they play in Brooklyn now.
It is
So-
a hockey mascot.
Oh, it's a hockey mascot. They wouldn't be the Penguins. They wouldn't be the Capitals. They would be the Flyers.
Is it a sea creature or a land creature?
Sea creature.
Oh,
Flyers.
they're the Tunas. They're the Long Island Charlie Tunas.
All right,
They're the Mariners.
They are the
They're
Long Island
Mermans.
Sharks.
The Sharks.
And the
Okay.
name is Max, and then the middle name NDLOVU Frazier. So how do you pronounce the middle name NDLOVU?
You go first, Matt.
Max Nedlovo.
Max
Not
and
quite.
Dive. Is that an I or an L?
That
After the
is
D.
an L.
That's an L. Okay.
Delovu.
Oh my gosh. Max Deluvu Frazier.
Nlovu Frazier.
The D is silent.
It's a silent D.
There's no silent D's, is there?
Django, you know.
It is.
Okay. Okay,
It's all
so
right.
there
Good
are.
one unit. Good one
Sharks,
unit.
by the way, makes sense for Long Island University. Isn't that where Jaws took place? Not right there at the university, but I think it took place on Long Island.
All right, Tennessee State. Who is Tennessee State? It's only
The Chickawaws.
probably the most common mascot of all time.
Oh, Wildcats.
Or Bulldogs. It's one or the other.
No,
or Hawks.
Neither of those. Actually.
It's the Hawks.
It is the Tigers.
The Tigers.
And then the name is Jean, and then the middle name Yvens.
Jan Vins Lafleur.
Okay.
Jean-Yves Lafleur.
Jean Ivans Lafleur. So the Y is pronounced I.
John Ivans.
Haven't
Oh, so
gotten-
he's like from Russia. Yeah.
Haven't gotten a single pronunciation right. And
These
we're
are
almost
tough.
we're about at the end of the segment here. We got
Yeah.
to take the break soon. So I think we got through half of it.
Let's go through one more. California Baptist. Who are they? This is a cool mascot. I'm not even sure what it is.
California
The St.
Baptist.
Vincent's.
Of course, they've got the same music taste as you do, man.
California
Baptist. See, I was going to say Condors, but I think Bakersfield are the Condors. Are they the Condors?
They are the Lancers.
The Lancers. A
So that's
Lancer
the thing you hold when you're jousting, right? When you're jousting on a horse, that's a lance, right? So they're the Lancers?
Either that or it's the thing that you stick into a pimple to
Oh,
flatten
fair,
it out.
fair enough.
Or our coworker, Lance.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Lancers. All right, Mahama. I'm spelling it, or I'm saying it.
Don't say the name.
Mahamadou. We got Mahamadou.
Mouhamadou, and last name Dioum.
Mahamadou Diom.
Mahamadou Dioum.
Mahamadou Joum.
Zoom.
That's how you
Zoom?
pronounce the last, yeah.
I can't trust a single D in any of these names.
We got to reconvene tomorrow at another one of these, or later in the
Tough.
show.
I picked
I
the toughest names I could possibly
I
find.
think
That's the whole point.
I think you
Yeah.
you kind of the student became the master right there. I think Christian kind of got us right there.
Was there a Jack Smith
There
out
are
there?
a
at some
couple in here
point?
that aren't really hard. I kind of wanted to give y'all some.
I think he gave us an easy one at the very end, which we'll get to. We'll get
Yeah.
to by the time I'm off the show today.
And I do have some trivia on the expansion if you want to get to that. later.
Okay, we'll get to that too. Thank you, and thank you very much too to Gucci Row Greg. Jaws was New England, Amity Island. There you go. Okay, so I don't know why they'd be the Sharks, but something tells me there might be sharks that swim, that part of the Atlantic. Back to wrap up hour number 1 of halftime after this break.
Ruiz with a high drive to left field. He nearly hit his first home run of the season over the weekend. He's got his first right here.
This is halftime.
Spring is in the air, and the fish are biting, the gobblers are strutting, and the trees are blooming. Jelco Outdoors, your locally owned one-stop shop, is ready to help you get outside and enjoy the great outdoors. Stop by and let our friendly staff help you get the gear you need. Jelco Outdoors, your store for hunt, fish, and work. That's what we do. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Shop local. Shop Jelco Outdoors.
Winter has arrived, bringing frothy mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
It's your favorite time of year, March Madness, and the #1 place to get all your alcohol this basketball postseason is Eastside Liquor in Fort Smith. Located at 9390 Rogers Avenue, Eastside Liquor has everything you need. Dave Bushko and his team have all your beer, seltzers, wine, liquor, and more. Eastside Liquor, they always come up clutch in the postseason.
Arkansas wins the national championship.
Ace has always been the helpful place, and now we're even more helpful by offering instant savings to Ace Rewards members. Not a member? Just sign up at Mentor's Lumber Ace Hardware to start saving right at the register. Right now, save $30 on select DeWalt 20-volt max tools or $20 on select Ego outdoor power equipment after instant savings with your Ace Rewards card. Ace, the helpful place. Must be an Ace Rewards member to receive instant savings. Available through the end of the month. See participating stores for details.
This spring, you're organizing closets, decluttering drawers, and maybe even scrubbing places no one will ever look. But here's a thought. Why not declutter your internet, too? If your shows keep buffering, your games lag, or your video calls freeze, that's digital clutter, and you don't have to live with it. Switch to Wave Rural Connect Fiber for fast, reliable internet that keeps your home running clean and clear all season long. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372.
Are you a middle-aged man feeling low on energy, struggling with weight gain, a decreased libido, or even battling depression? You don't have to feel this way any longer. Hi, this is Stephen Pittman, a licensed nurse practitioner and expert on testosterone replacement therapy. At Pittman TRT in Fort Smith, our priority is to restore your vitality and energy the way you felt in your 20s. No need to drive an hour or more.
Call Pittman TRT today at 479-274-1747 or check them out online at pittmantrt.com. Pittman TRT. Get back to feeling like your old self again.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive hotline at 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March. Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March. Now let's get back to Halftime with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Arkansas football legend Matt Jones.
I feel like I've heard this song somewhere before.
I'm excited about March Madness. I want to dance
excited
again.
about David Bowie. Really,
I want to
more than
dance.
anything. Yes, he does. Good to be with you back here on Halftime as we wrap up hour number 1. So, Matt, Grant had asked this. He didn't know who got first-team All-American aside from Corliss, because Darius Acuff is the second ever Arkansas player to be first-team AP All-American, with Sidney Moncrief being the other. Corliss twice was a second-team All-American for the AP. In 1994, the first-teamers were Grant Hill, Jason Kidd, Glenn Robinson, Donyell Marshall.
Ooh, he was like the second overall pick to the Warriors. Yeah, I remember
and
Donyell.
Clifford Rozier.
So he should have been over Rozier. I'll say that.
Been over Rozier.
I'll say that. Yeah.
Yes, Rozier didn't have a great NBA career or anything. I think he was a 16th pick. So the other 4 though, yes.
I can't put him over those 4. Yeah.
So his last year at Arkansas, his junior season, the first teamers are Ed O'Bannon, Joe Smith, Jerry Stackhouse, Damon Stoudemire, and Sean Respert.
No, he should have been on that list for sure.
Yes.
That's that one. I would disagree with some of those. Joe Smith was the number 1 overall pick in the draft that year.
You might put Ed O'Bannon on that first team.
Yeah. Damon Stoudemire, because Arizona won the national championship that year. If you remember,
he's a guard too. I mean,
so he's out of position. But I would. That's kind of like the McFadden, Troy Smith type deal for like you just like no. Yep, I would have put Corliss would have been on that team.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that it had happened twice with Corliss. The players that joined him on the second team in '94, second team All-Americans, your favorite, Jalen Rose.
Oh, I'd rather be on the second team then. If I'm with Jalen Rose, I'm going second team all day.
Khalid Reeves, Lamond Murray, Eric Montrose, Melvin Booker. Like, so there must have been a tie on the votes there because that's 6. And the second team in 95 is Rasheed Wallace, Lou Rowe from UMass. So he played for Cal. Kerry Kittles of Villanova and Randolph Childress of Wake Forest. So those are the second teamers with Corliss those 2 years.
Kerry Kittles was the reason people wore one high sock and one low sock. He was one of the ones to start that. He might have played for Cal at the Nets as well. So that's how that could have worked out. Yeah,
you're right. Every time I think of the high socks, I think of Lawrence Moten. Remember him at Syracuse?
Yes, was he number 5? For some reason, I want to say he was number 5.
I don't remember what his number was, but he was also at Syracuse when they could.
Vancouver might have drafted him. I remember Lawrence Moten. Yeah.
I don't know if he did that much in the NBA, but I do remember the high socks. We're going into hour number 2 of halftime. 877-377-6963, our Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Andy in Mountain Home points out here, he says Ed O'Bannon ruined college sports because of the lawsuits, but that's where it all started. It all started with Charles and Ed O'Bannon's lawsuit against the NCAA. Wow. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us. This is halftime.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Lindbergh and the Lindbergh Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LindberghTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
The new Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupa at Taco Bell. You can't get just one. Okay, so that's not like some marketing hyperbole. You literally can't get just one. They come in twos. So like, if you want just one, you're going to need to find a friend who loves slow roasted chicken, bacon, and avocado ranch sauce. Or a friend of a friend, or have an awkward conversation with a complete stranger to see if they're obsessed with chicken, bacon, and avocado ranch. Or you could just like eat them both because you're obsessed with slow roasted chicken, bacon. Okay, you get the idea. The new Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupa is at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell U.S. locations for a limited time while supplies last.
Do you feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $1 million. Why should you care? Because this $1 million+ prize can only be won in Arkansas. There are 2 Lotto drawings every week, and the jackpot keeps growing until there's a winner. Join the fun and play Lotto today. A $2 ticket could change your life. Get yours in stores today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see partly to mostly sunny skies with highs around 70, a west to southwest wind gusting up to 25 miles an hour. Mostly clear to partly cloudy tonight with lows in the mid to upper 40s. Sunny skies and warmer on Thursday with highs in the lower 80s. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by COP CDL Academy. Want a life-changing career? Give them a call today at 479-632-1050 or check them out online at copcdlacademy.com.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is halftime, coming at you from the Crabtree RV Studios on ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you.
Live from the Busch Lights Studio.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Why can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field. Bill said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my heart, dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
Name of one Razorback. It's vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Welcome back to halftime into our second hour. It's 12:01 in the afternoon. The clouds beginning to burn off a little bit here at Bowman Stadium. They're dragging the batting shell onto the field. First pitch will be 3 hours from now against Northern Colorado. We'll have it at 2:30 with the dugout show. 3:02 first pitch. Peyton Lee will be on the mound for Arkansas, and they're going to look to get themselves a little winning streak going before going on to a South Carolina team that lost yesterday against Charlotte and lost that game committing 5 errors. It's South Carolina's 5th loss in a row. And I saw a shot of the stadium from the 5th inning when they were down in that game by an 8-1 score, and there was nobody there. And it was a beautiful day in Columbia. That's you talk about watching the death of a once and even near, in recent memory, very, very proud baseball program. And Arkansas is going to have a chance to maybe just kind of rub their face in it a little bit. So, but you never know with that sport. You never know with the game of baseball. But it's kind of wild, Matt, because that's a program in South Carolina that won back-to-back national championships. Was it 16, 17 years ago? Haven't been back to the College World Series since. I don't think they've been to a super regional since they lost here in 2018. But they've at least been, competitive within the SEC. They've made regionals, and the shocking aspect of it is under Paul Mainieri, a Hall of Fame coach with a national championship and countless trips to Omaha with LSU, they're getting worse and worse and worse, which just doesn't compute very much. And it's odd. You think of, it's different the way that Cal went to Arkansas because he leaves Kentucky and then goes right to Arkansas from one job to the other. Mainieri took, I think it was 2 years, but it was just 2 years from his last team at LSU to his first team at South Carolina. And if I think of the idea, well, Cal certainly did not lose his fastball, if we're going to use the baseball term. Paul Mainieri might not even have much of a heater left right now, which is crazy. Meanwhile, if you look at the recruits coming in, what I see, Jordan Smith Jr. won Max Prep's National Player of the Year, and J.J. Andrews is the Gatorade Player of the Year in Arkansas. And, I mean, I can't imagine any of these guys are any better or better than Darius Acuff, but they will be coming in here with some of those accolades. And Cal has certainly not lost his fastball with recruiting and with getting a team to be playing their best basketball when they need to, which is right now.
Well, I had this conversation with Paula J earlier today, and we were kind of talking on the same topic. It's, hey, man, Coach Cal puts these guys in the NBA. A lot of guys, not everybody. A lot of guys. I think there's 4 NBA guys on this basketball team right now. And then he's the best. He was adapted for NIL before NIL started. He's the best at evaluating high school talent, and now he can give them $2 million. Of course, they love Fayetteville. If he was in, this is how I feel about Virginia Tech with Jimmy Franklin. He shows up, you're going to be like, yes, yeah, Blacksburg's amazing. You're going to give me $2 million to come live on college campus and play sports. Like, man, he's got a good spot. He's got a backing. He's got people that appreciate him and love him. He's new. There's all those things going into it. And if you remember right, Phil, I said before Coach Cal got here, when we heard the news, I said he will win a title in his first 4 years because that's the newness of it, and that he would have one of the best home court records ever as the Arkansas coach. Mm-hmm. They went 17-1. Those are just the two things you thought, because and this is one thing Coach Z brought up when we had him on too, that he evaluates and gets the best athletes, and then he's teaching them. And it's not like they don't know how to play basketball, but they know how to play one-on-one, and I'm the best athlete and do things. But he's teaching them the whole game. They're learning a lot, and so he's a great evaluator and he's a great teacher.
And we are. I feel lucky that we're here for the riding off into the sunset. But it's like the question about, will Dave Van Horn be the coach at Arkansas for a lot longer? Yes, I think so. When I watch what Arkansas is doing right now and how Cal is, I mean, if you thought he didn't look comfortable as the Arkansas head coach last year, it took half a season or so. He's right in the middle of it, and man, we're lucky. We're very lucky to be able to be a part of this. Charlie's here with us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Good afternoon, Charlie. How are you?
Oh, what's up, guys? Hey, I'm on the phone. You see me on the phone? Keep going.
Oh,
keep going.
Goodness. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. These people at work sometimes. I love you, though. Anyway, how you guys doing?
I'm great. It's like Charlie's introducing us on the call line here.
No, my window was up, and I was pointing because I don't have tent. So they can obviously see, they know I'm on the phone. They were trying to get me to go eat Mexican food, but the tuna's trying to not do that today. He just doesn't want to feel that way with his stomach. His stomach's kind of like yours, Phil. He can't take certain foods sometimes. Mexican food don't do as good on the tuna.
Grapes and you're very welcome.
Oh, boy. Anyways, guys, I want to make an argument that I think last year's job and what he did in the situation last year might be better than what he's doing this year. And I don't mean that he's not doing a great job this year, because I think he is doing a great job this year. I'm just saying with what happened last year and being able to adapt as many times as he did, change it up. You lost Boogie. You'll also do T-Row there down the stretch too. And I just thought last year, man, he did a heck of a job. And that team, let's just remember, guys, we were a few plays away from about to play Florida. I mean, we were right there. So I don't know. I think this year's team probably, a little bit more talented. You had the Carter Knox injury. Phil, I do think it is kind of unfair. And I know you're not doing this, but I know people will, to compare any of the freshmen coming in to Darius Acuff, because he's like, I'm not saying he's an anomaly, but man, he's so incredible. I just don't think you can, when they come in here, how do you even live up to that expectation? I mean, putting that on those kids. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta. Yeah, you guys are right. You just gotta be yourself. And like I say, I hope we do well in this tournament, and I think we will. I hate that we're playing basically on the other side of the world, but I mean the other side of the country. But be glad to be here, and got a great opportunity. And look, you guys did say that if they, get to the Sweet 16, they're not coming home, correct? Is that what you guys
That's right.
have
it's
heard?
It's going to be a 2-week road trip out west. No reason to fly back. Like, truthfully,
Yeah,
that's
no.
a waste of time.
It makes no sense. And like you say, you're out there, so yeah. But look, I actually heard, I don't know if you guys have been listening. I don't know how much you guys watch the national media and, ESPN, First Take and all that. Like, I kind of go in there and watch some of it. It's kind of funny how people, like Big Perk all year has been on Darius Acuff. He was on Darius Acuff before, like, anybody over there was, and been trying to tell people, like, this dude is a stud. Like, he's been on him all year long. It was kind of funny to hear some of the media members. I don't know who the guy was. He apologized to Kendrick Perkins. You're right. I was wrong. Darius Acuff is a star. I mean, what did I forget that Cal has definitely, you're right, Phil, he has definitely not lost his fastball in recruiting talent. And I think I've heard this, and I know you guys have heard this too. A lot of teams were kind of scared away from Acuff, correct? They were worried about his, and even Cal kind of touched on it early with him. They were scared away from maybe his attitude or his body language. Phil, I know you've heard that, correct? A lot of the Power 5
people,
teams.
not maybe criticizing the right word, but it looks like he's not working hard on defense. It's what I've heard. I don't know if I buy into that very much, but yeah, body language to me, I don't think that really adds up to
No.
what it is we've been watching at all. I mean, if that's what scared
No,
you
and
away, well, I guess you got to find a way to separate the wheat from the chaff if you're a college basketball coach recruiting at the highest level sometimes.
Yeah, yes, sir, you do. And before I go, look, the argument for Matt, if it's between the Acuff and the guy from Kansas, I'm sorry, like I mean, okay, maybe he's bigger, taller, whatever, I don't know, but Darius Acuff, he could have shut this thing down, in my opinion, if he wanted to with his injury. And I mean, this guy, after the way he started, he could have. I would want to draft that guy in the top 5. And I'm sorry, to me, I would take him. He would be, if you're going to say I'm taking a point guard, it's him. And there are guys around his size that are averaging 20-plus points a game. I can't remember who all they are, but this guy can play at the next level, and I love his attitude and his will to win, and he's just fearless. So I'm not a big fan of the guy from Kansas, and maybe it's the off-the-court stuff. Anyways, y'all have a good one.
Thank you, Charlie. There's a term, Matt, in college baseball when there's a junior or a draft-eligible sophomore that looks like he hasn't really bought in very much anymore because he's looking ahead to the draft, and it's called draftitis. You see it a lot, and I think part of that is that the draft used to line up with the very end of the college baseball season, at least the regular season. So you had some guys that looked like they just had their eyes on the draft and not on the team that they were playing for. That sounds like what's been going on with Darren Peterson since the beginning of the season, and I don't think that Darius Acuff has been thinking about the draft at all. Not at all. If I'm going by what I've watched during Arkansas basketball games, that guy's focus is 100% on this team and his teammates.
I just saw this, and I think Unit, you're more on social media than I am. Phil, you're pretty hip. Did he just sign with Allen Iverson and Reebok? Like, is that a real?
I think that had happened
was it a fake?
I think that had happened before. I mean,
so it did happen, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, no, look, we and you brought this up in the last segment. We're very lucky to get to enjoy Darius Acuff. He's going to have a whole state behind him as long as he's in the NBA. He's one of ours now. I know he's from Detroit, and he was only here for a fleeting glance. It wasn't like he was here but what he did was something that nobody else has done. I don't know. You can't say enough good things about how he's handled himself. No off the court issues, no bad comments, no bad awareness. Like he's very cerebral. He understands what's going on. And the thing I would say about Acuff is, and we talked about this months ago. I said he as far as do you understand how good you have to be and be a below the rim player? There's not a weakness in his game when it comes to that. And he's like like when you get a good quarterback that goes 300 passes without an interception, like that's kind of what he makes the right basketball play all the time. Like, and that's, as a player, that's what you want. And then as a teammate, you gravitate towards that. Like, you want to play better. Whenever I played with good players, Phil, and it was like I wanted to play better so I could – that was my teammate. You care about that. And, yeah, again, you can't say enough good things about it.
Can you imagine him and Cooper Flag together? I can.
Oh,
I can
look
see
at
it
Steve
right
Maverick
now.
over here.
See,
you can go to Dallas.
Sounds like a Maverick fan.
And he's within driving distance. Razorback fans, if he goes to Dallas, you can go watch him play.
You can get a good rivalry going with Isaiah and with J. Will, too, right? That'd be fun to get going as well.
Both Western Conference guys, yeah.
Got that right. 877-377-6963, our Lewis Automotive Group hotline. And there's so much focus on Acuff, but, Malik has had this great freshman season. We're of the same opinion. We think he'll come back for another year.
I think he needs to.
I was just saying, that's another guy that's not from here. He's from my hometown. He's from Pittsburgh. And as long as he, comes back, he's always going to be a Razorback. That's another aspect of Cal. And I think, there was some national recruiting under Nolan. But, man, I mean, with Cal, it's like it's a little bit of a different thing, just getting the kind of player that, that Cal got everywhere else that he was. That then, will always be viewed as a Razorback. But then again, I mean, you do have some of those old Kentucky players that are wearing some Razorback gear every once in a while right now. So that's a little interesting to pay attention to, too. It's just that this is where Cal finishes his career.
Well, I agree with you. And the thing about Malik Thomas, and I say this with all love, I love his game. He's gotten better. He's not explosive enough. He's not a full-grown man yet. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Really good.
He's
college
amazing. Yeah, he's got some dribbles. He's got some hesitation. He's got some shiftiness. He's the worst athlete on our team that plays. Like he is, like Malik Thomas. And that's just because they're all athletes. But that's okay. He's skilled. He's got some things about. Luka Doncic isn't the best athlete, but he's very skilled. He's got handles. He's got dribbles. Malik Thomas isn't going to go dunk on anybody. But if it's a hand down, it's man down. He can score. He's a bona fide scorer. Malik Thomas is amazing. If I was advising Malik Thomas on what he should do, like if you're his father or his agent or whatever, it would be like you stay under the tutelage of Coach Cal, the leadership, and you keep doing your thing for another year. Go, and I would do, there's box jumps, there's wall sits, there's lunges, there's ladder drills. All the tracks, all the explosive stuff, I've done this before. It's like, this is what we're going to do in the offseason, and we're going to work on a little bit because that's what he needs. Because once you get up to the full-grown man strength, he needs to catch up. That's okay to say. Tim Duncan went to college for 3 years before he went to the NBA. We get so caught up in this one and done, or I'm not good at it. It's like, no, just the timing matters. Keep the maturation process. Keep improving your game. There's a couple things to go work on. Don't take it as a negative, but come back and be Arkansas's leading scorer next year and see what you can do. Like and make $2 million. It's different than what it was 20 years ago, which I'd still tell them to come back 20 years ago and play. But now that you're making that type of money, don't go if you're not a first-round pick. Don't go. The thing that scares me, though, is Billy Richmond might be a first-round pick. Like, I thought a month ago, I thought Billy Richmond was coming back. I don't know that Billy Richmond's coming back. I think the dude's a first-round. Think about the athlete. Somebody just kind of tune him up a little bit, and you work with him, and he gets in it, and his tenacity, the fact that he can play defense – Brazil just doesn't. His awareness is very lacking at the next level. But nobody's 6'11" that can act like Brazil. So Brazil has a chance as well. So I think those three guys are going to be in an NBA uniform next year.
Hey, they've got a great event going on all month long at WT Equipment, the Hustler Pro Sales Event. You can save 20% or more on select commercial mowers. Make sure you take advantage of additional fleet savings from Hustler Turf Equipment, not just commercial. WT Equipment is fully stocked with both commercial and residential Hustlers, ready for crews and homeowners alike. Machines that are built to handle long days and tough jobs. So if you're upgrading your fleet or just your own lawn, WT Equipment is the place to stop. You can also get a look at WTEquip.com. Lock in the savings. Dudley Dawson joining halftime right after this.
It's tournament time, and the Hogs are ready to party in Portland. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's Lutz boxes are going to people's heads. Because once they experience the refined $5 box, opulent $7 box, and indulgent $9 box with the new crispy chicken crunch wrap slider, they start expecting everything to be as Lutz. Home, James. You know you don't have a chauffeur, right? Don't let the Lutz go to your head. Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes today.
It's here, the ultimate challenge going on at the Lewis Automotive Group, and we're on a mission to sell over 600 vehicles, and we're getting extremely close. We've got more than 1,000 vehicles to choose from, and more than $2 million in discounts, and we're not holding anything back all month long. Get up to $20,000 off MSRP or 0% financing on select models, and payments starting at only $199 a month. The ultimate savings, the ultimate selection, and the ultimate amount for your trade. The ultimate challenge going on only at the Lewis Automotive Group.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for. Only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com. RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
While most people are playing for bragging rights, MyBookie is giving away $100,000 in their Madness Bracket Contest. This is about turning your ball knowledge into bankroll. Head to MyBookie.ag. Use code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and get your first bet covered up to $500. If it misses, activate your Bet Back bonus token and run it back. The madness only comes once a year, so don't just watch it, win it. Only at MyBookie. Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they love the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
Some other DJ in some other town has been trying to tell me to hold tight, but I've been waiting this whole night. But I've been across the road or two, but now I found the velvet sun that shines on me.
Find Halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March. Now back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Getting Dudley Dawson on the horn here. Usually we talk with Dudley tomorrow, but things are a little bit janky just because of the baseball team's 1 o'clock flight tomorrow. So I'm only doing an hour of the show tomorrow. We can't get any of the coaches on for the baseball team because they'll be on the way to the airport. Clay Henry will be joining tomorrow at 12 noon. So everything's kind of thrown off.
We get Bubba tomorrow and James Teague, or
we're gonna do Bubba tomorrow in the first hour.
Okay.
James Teague will do Friday and I'll be on for all of that stuff.
Oh, so Clay and I will in the unit. I love it. Okay,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right. We got Dudley here with us too. Dudley, how you doing today, man? You watching basketball tonight?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Do you watch two
baseball
games at
this
once?
afternoon and basketball tonight?
I was going to say you could watch 3 games at once. Last night you could have had baseball on, you could have had basketball, and then the World Baseball Classic Championship.
I did.
It was like, you need 3 eyeballs.
Yes, I did.
You did. Well, what was the most interesting one to you last night?
Well, I'm going to go with the World Baseball Classic and the fact that it was. You got to give Venezuela a lot of credit, but I just kept expecting the U.S. to break out there, and yes, Bryce Harper hit the home run, but kind of disappointed with the effort, even though they got to the finals.
Do you think that the United States team looked disinterested? I know is the right word, but maybe not as fully bought in as the other teams?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you, and certainly that's the view, the eyeball view, because the other countries celebrate like crazy when they hit home runs, have a lot of passion, and the Americans, hey, all right, fist bump. That's pretty much it. And I realize different cultures and all, but it sure is fun to watch them play.
Basketball last night, and I didn't get my eyes on it, but Tremont Mark with the game winner, but the Texas assistant coach nearly cost them. I saw the video of him jumping out onto the floor, think it's a buzzer beater, and then I'm not sure if he's going to have a job much longer because Sean Miller looked like he bit his head off.
Yeah, he was all up in his face, and he had to be. I mean, I don't know that I've seen a coach lose his composure on the last second shot like that. I mean, usually they're just dancing on the sidelines and stuff, but he was charging out there to congratulate the former Razorback.
Dudley, when you're looking at this Razorback team, I saw that shot too. By the way, Tremont Mark, you guys know I'm a Tremont Mark fan. When you talk about this basketball team, and I know you have to get a little lucky. I don't know if the 12-5 matchup. High Point maybe gets past Wisconsin. Wisconsin scares me to death, Dudley, when it comes to what they do, their strengths matching up against ours, how they're big, they're a little bit methodical, they're going to shoot threes. We have to be, and I don't want to look too far ahead, but we have to be on our game plan to beat Wisconsin. We can't go out there all of a sudden and play a C-plus game and think we're going to beat Wisconsin. What do you think has to happen for this team, and what are you buying into? Can this team make a Final Four run?
I have them to be losing to Arizona in my bracket. I think that's going to be a tremendous guard matchup if they get there. The Wisconsin game, you're right, is one that they have Florida elements, although they don't have Florida's athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that, they can certainly cause Arkansas some problems. If the Arkansas team that played in Missouri, that played in the SEC tournament shows up, then I think they win and get to that Arizona game. And I think as strange as it may seem, I think Malik Ewan is going to be as big a key as anybody. He's had some outstanding efforts here lately. And, I know he's hit 3 3-pointers all year, and one of them was big at Missouri and all that. But I just think he's a big key. We know the other guys are going to be there consistently and have been. But I think Malik is a big key there.
Do you feel that way about Trevin, that he'll be there consistently like he was in the SEC tournament, averaging a double? Because if they get that Trevin Brazile, I picked them to win the championship yesterday. I went with my heart and a little bit of my head, but I do believe it can happen. But TB's got to be just great, like he was over the weekend.
Yeah, he's playing for a lot more money right now. I mean, he showed off in the tournament. He showed off here lately when he was y'all went back to Missouri and all that. He is a great guy for the NBA, probably better than he would be, in college overall, because he's so versatile, can do so many things if he keeps his head on straight. Obviously, that's always a big key with him, and it appears he's. I think in baseball they call it a contract year. So I think that's what he's doing right now, and so I expect him to play great in the NCAA tournament. And I think he's probably had some talks with his coaching staff about don't do any dumb, what.
Dudley, I love talking basketball with you. I relish the opportunity every time we get to. I think there's 4 NBA guys right now on this basketball team, and Malik Thomas is one of them. Brazil's one of them. But Billy Richmond is. I think Malik Thomas next year. I don't think this year. If I was advising Malik, I'd say, man, come back, make your money. NIL is a great thing. What do you see when you see Billy Richmond? And because he was a backup to start the season, now he's one of the main keys. Is he a guy that you think that would be a first-round draft pick in this next year's draft?
Yeah, I would in 2027. I don't think either he or Malik get into the first round in 2026. I think they both should come back and play themselves into the first round. Billy's trying to do that right now, and obviously Malik is as well. But I do think they'd be better off in 2027, especially since this draft is so deep at the top and so deep in college players at the top. There's a lot of different avenues for a lot of different teams to go. And so I think that, Arkansas is going to be really good next year too. And I think if you get those two back, and I guess Carter Knox will come back too, you're reloading, aren't you?
That certainly sounds like it. Tell me about Jordan Smith, JSJ. And I know he just won a National Player of the Year award. I haven't watched much about him, and I know, you get this great freshman class coming in. Is he the best of them?
I believe so. And he's 6'2". Now, he's got about 20 pounds on Darius Acuff, and he's had a great high school career. Darius has done it in college. He had a high level. My God, has he played great here lately. And but you put all 3 of those 5 stars that they've got landed so far. Cal knows what he's doing recruiting, and with the Tyson patches on the jersey and all that, I don't see them stepping back too far here.
Dudley, who's your Final Four? I know you've done a bracket. I got my Final Four. I got 3 number 1s and a number 2 seed. Who's your Final Four?
I have Arizona, Iowa State beating Michigan and getting there. Florida, and it's my wife always says, much to my chagrin, Duke.
I think we all say that about Duke, yeah.
Yes, but you're at least honest about it, but you're honest with probably the facts of the tournament too.
Absolutely, and I got Arizona winning it all.
I got to get your thoughts on baseball. What do you think of of winning 2 out of 3 against Mississippi State, and what that can mean at least for this next weekend?
First of all, fans are fickle. We all know that. They were ready to shut down the program last week if they split 4 games with Stetson, and I guess they're going to allow it to go on now that they won 2 of 3. How big was that 3rd game in terms of just in the standings and the 30 games that you have, but also the perception of things? They're ready to jump all over them, and you wake up and they're a top 5 team, again. So I think this is a big series this weekend for them. South Carolina is so down right now, even though they've got a great coach who's come out of retirement, and Paul Maneri, and trying to do some things. But I was doing some research on them this morning. They can't hit. They're not pitching the ball well, and they gave up a dropped fly ball, and it ended up costing them 7 runs the other night against Charlotte. Lost 5 in a row. These are the kind of teams that you've got to go. You definitely have to take 2 or 3, but I think you can go down there and sweep it.
It's wild to think about how that program has fallen in just the 2 years that Maneri's been the head coach, because Kingston, they weren't this bad under Mark Kingston. And I brought this up just to start the show because we're headed out there soon. I saw a photo of the 5th inning at Founders Park last night. This is you could say South Carolina was a blue blood program for a few years there. Nobody's there. I usually text with their radio guy the week leading up to the game. He didn't have much to say about this team. I think he's depressed about it. So, you contrast that. And I know Maneri was out of the game for 2 years, but I don't know if he forgot how to coach a team or put a team together, but maybe putting a team together changed in those 2 years. Meanwhile, you got Cal, who's finishing his career here at Arkansas, and it looks like it's going to have a lot to do with how far this team goes and the next team and all of that, but looks like he's having more success than his last few years at Kentucky.
Definitely, and it's like here's a little line thing for you. The other night, South Carolina against Charlotte, 2 outs, nobody on, fly ball dropped, So you got to run around. Then they go walk, wild pitch, walk, RBI single, walk, grand slam.
That's crazy. I mean, that would be like Cal taking over at Villanova and running Villanova into the freaking ground. That's what that would be. That would sort of be the same thing.
Absolutely,
which is
absolutely.
Crazy to think about. Dudley, we'll leave it there. Go ahead.
One last thing.
Yeah.
Best coaching matchup, not necessarily best game, but we'll see. UCLA and UConn possibly in the second round. The antics on the sideline would be wild.
The whole anger game.
Yes.
the all bald guy anger game.
It's like smile, you're white. It's like, why are you so mad at the world? Both of those guys are a little too angry. They're like, they're way too angry.
I hadn't even thought about that, Dudley. Thank you for pointing it out, and thank you for your time today and being flexible. Really appreciate it.
Anytime, guys.
Okay. Dudley Dawson with us, usually Thursdays, but this Wednesday instead here on Halftime. Crabtree RV Center in Alma. They've been doing it for 75 years and counting, giving every buyer and their family, anywhere they're coming from, the best RV purchasing experience. You're going to find one of the largest selections in the entire state at Crabtree RV Center. Plus, personalized financing, top-of-the-line parts and service department where you made your purchase. It's right there at the junction of I-40 and I-49 in Alma, and online at Crabtree RV Center, and online at CrabtreeRV.com. We'll wrap up our halftime homework with the unit and finish out our pronunciations and our mascot madness as halftime is back after this.
Look like a Christmas tree right now, so.
This is Halftime.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief, now being made available designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program may only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it could end your debt nightmare and save you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. For free information and to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, simply go online and visit DRA.com or call 800-433-8909. 800-433-8909. Again, that's 800-433-8909.
Thomas drives. Acuff's open in the corner. 3-ball good.
This is Halftime.
Budweiser, the American lager. Time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Hustler Pro Sales Event is happening now at WT Equipment. Save 20% or more on select commercial mowers, plus fleet savings from Hustler Turf Equipment before the season kicks into high gear. Fully stocked with commercial and residential Hustlers, ready for crews and homeowners alike. Built to handle long days and tough jobs. Upgrade your fleet or your lawn. WT Equipment today.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, Sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your home. If your garage door needs repair or you're ready for a new look, call Precision Garage Door. From broken springs and openers to brand new doors, they provide expert service and professional installation. Fully licensed and insured, with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers, and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call 844-PDS-DOOR or visit PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Precision Garage Door, voted the best in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Hi, this is Mitchell. Before DK Fit Meals, I was spending too long in the kitchen cooking. Now I'm married, have a young daughter. I just don't have time anymore. Thanks to DK Fit Meals, I just heat it up and boom! I've got a chef-crafted meal that fits my goals. High protein, perfectly portioned. I know I'm getting clean, fresh food that always tastes amazing. Stop prepping, start achieving. Find your flavor at dkfitmeals.com. That's dkfitmeals.com. So easy, even Ty can do it. Fuel your life with DK Fit Meals.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Save some face. You know you've only got one. Change your ways while you're young.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, unit. We've got a few teams and pronunciations that we haven't gotten to yet for our Flyaway Brewing Company halftime homework. Fayetteville is where you're going to go to Flyaway Brewing Company, Zion Road, to watch all your basketball games throughout the week. And let me hear what you got here, unit. How many did we finish and how many we got left?
We got 4 left, so we did 6. So I think we can do it.
Has anybody kept score? Have you been keeping score?
I haven't. I should be, but
okay. All right. Matt's always a good scorekeeper.
I don't think any. Just to be safe, I don't think any of y'all got it right. But I think y'all will get a couple right on these next 4. I think y'all will get it right.
All right, go ahead.
Kennesaw State. What is their mascot?
I think Kennesaw State are the Owls. Matt, who do you think?
Correct. So you do it. You have got one. I mean, Matt could have guessed it, I guess. But you got that mascot correct, and then the name. So the first and last name is pretty weird. I'm going to spell the first name Dozie, and then the last name Onyirrimba.
Doozy Onyirrimba.
Matt?
Doozy Onyirrimba.
Dozy Onyirrimba.
It's Doza Onyirrimba.
Doza Onyirrimba. That's a musical name. That really once you learn how to say that name, it will very melodically flow off of your tongue. Dozy Onyirrimba. I love that one. Okay, well, I still haven't gotten a single name right. I've got some nicknames correct.
Oh yeah, you've got mascots right. You're good. You're good at the mascots. Siena, who is their mascot?
Oh, Siena College.
The Gazelles.
No, it's a.
No, don't say anything. He just guessed. I've got to put in my guess too. The Siena Eagles.
No, they are the Saints. That is not a mascot you would really attribute to Siena for some. I just wouldn't.
If you're the Saints,
because they're heathens.
You have to be a Catholic college.
Yeah, they're heathens.
Yeah,
they're not saints.
So who's from the Siena Saints that's worth trying to pronounce?
All right, Reed, last name Ducharme. So it kind of goes with the team name.
Reed Ducharme.
Yes, that is correct.
Sounds like a Louisiana name to me.
I don't know, but I think Siena College is that in upstate New York? I think it's. I don't know how far that is from Canada, but I just feel like you may get a French Canadian, a kid from Quebec that might go to school there.
All right, St. Mary's.
Ooh, you know that one, Matt. I think we both know that one. You want to try to say it at the same time?
The Gazelles.
Close.
The Gales.
The Gales. That's funny. If you put a Z in it, it is the. Well, no, you gotta.
I was
you need another E.
joshing with you guys.
They've got a cool arena. It's not even arena. I was there for a women's game with UALR a long time back. That's an old. Man, you walk in there and everything is white. The seats all looked white, if I remember. All the walls and everything. It was a unique place. Moraga, California. That's St. Mary's University.
All right, Paul. It's the first name is you can get the first name easy. You just got to put IUS at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
MURAUSKAS.
Yes.
You want to try that first, Matt?
Maracas.
So that is Paulius Marushkis.
Paulius Morauskas.
Morauskas.
Yes.
That's what I said.
That's actually that's like the only one where it's pronounced as it's spelled. That's not fair. That's not even remotely fair. There's supposed to be silent D's in all of these names. I didn't see any one of them there. All right, we got one more.
Penn. Who is
Quakers.
They are the Penn Quakers.
Good job. And then this name y'all should both be able to get it. It might be a little tricky. It may or may not be. Last name SCANTLEBURY. First name Dalton.
Dalton Scantleberry.
Yes. So much better there.
That sounds like that's the butler's name before he gets his last name removed from his birth certificate for the rest of his life.
And then it's Jeeves Scantleberry.
Yes, then he can't be Dalton anymore. But the butler's last name was Scantleberry, and then it was deleted.
So in 51, obviously, the way I understand is in 51 there were 8 teams, and they doubled in 51 to 16 teams. So they started out pretty much at the very 8 teams is what they started with. And then in 75, they expanded to 32. So they went from 16 to 32 in about a span of 19 years or so. And then they expanded to 40 and 79 and 80, and then to 48 teams. And then in 85, they expanded to 64 teams. In 2001, they expanded to 65, and they added an opening round game. 2011, they expanded to 68 teams. And then they added the first 4 round. And the women's tournament expanded to 68 teams in 2022. So there's been a lot throughout the history. It's expanded quite a bit. I mean,
and are we expecting 72? Is it 72 or is it 76?
I know. I think they ought to leave it, man. I like the way the tournament is.
They're not going to leave it.
There's just enough teams to make it, interesting. But it's going to get. It's hard enough to win it now, but man. It's going to really become a crapshoot if you start adding more teams. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Unit, I got a question for you. With your trivia, when did the 3-point line become official in college basketball?
Ooh. So it would have been after Pete Maravich. So it would have been.
And this was after the NBA introduced the 3-point line too. The first league I know that did 3-point line was the ABA.
Man, I'll say 72.
So I think Matt was at 87.
Oh.
Yes, 86, 87. Yeah, yeah. I remember that because my sisters were born in 1987. So you know how you remember weird things you remember. Yeah.
Wow.
86, 87.
That's a little basketball, NCAA basketball trivia for you.
How does that skew the stats? You got to think about all the players that came before. I mean, if they had the ability to shoot threes, I mean,
the youth have a very good ability to not care about people that came before you. So I don't think they really. I don't think that. I get what you're saying, Unit, but they don't care what happened in the 80s or the 70s. It's a weird. Like, I think you have to remember history or you're doomed to repeat it. My pops was a history teacher. I love stuff like that. But I think there's a lot of kids out there that don't even think anything happened before you were born.
Right.
There's an entitlement about these. They don't care about what happened in the 80s. It's like I'll ask players, I'll be like, well, who do you pattern your game after? They're like, I don't pattern my game after anybody. It's like you haven't grown up watching other players play bat. Like, what a what an unintelligent comment to say. Like, it's like, yeah, of course you pattern your game after people. How did you fall in love with the game? Because you saw somebody else playing the game, you started doing it, and then it's just a weird, like if I'm doing a pre-draft process, I want to know how you answer that.
I wonder
question.
who Acuff patterned his game after.
Nobody.
Nobody asked him yet, but
Allen Iverson. Question will come. I think that question will come. All right, we've got a break. We'll be back in a moment. Wrap up hour number 2. This is halftime.
We're going to have some guys buy in, and they can just kind of hang out with me for a while.
This is halftime. Will your bracket be better than Matt Jones, Derek Ruskin, Tommy Kraft, and the rest of the ESPN Arkansas team? Sign up for the ESPN Arkansas and Mach 1 Motorsports Bracket Challenge Motorcycle Madness giveaway. Find the contest rules, pick your Cinderellas, and watch some epic games this postseason. For contest rules, go to hitthatline.com/bracket. Our bracket challenge is presented by Moix RV of Arkansas, Butler Furniture, Swift's Jewelry, and Twin Peaks and Rogers.
Spring is in the air, and the fish are biting, the gobblers are strutting, and the trees are blooming. Gelco Outdoors, your locally owned one-stop shop, is ready to help you get outside and enjoy the great outdoors. Stop by and let our friendly staff help you get the gear you need. Gelco Outdoors, your store for hunt, fish, and work. That's what we do. Gelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Shop local. Shop Gelco Outdoors.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. They service commercial and residential lawns for weed management and fertilization for a lush, healthy lawn. Need bush hogging? They do that too. A Cut Above also offers tree and limb removal. Don't forget hauling and dumpster rental as well. More than just a mowing service, they're A Cut Above. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. Lawn, landscaping, power washing, stump grinding, leaf removal, mulching, flea tick, and mosquito control. 719-5605.
Bounce on into Crabtree RV Center in Alma, Arkansas for the best deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Whether you're looking for a motorhome, travel trailer, fifth wheel, or toy hauler, we have them all here at Crabtree. So avoid the madness of crowded cities and hotels this summer by taking your family team on the open road with the perfect RV from Crabtree RV Center. Conveniently located at the junction of I-40 and I-49, family owned and operated since 1950. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 Fort Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at goforsgren.com.
Is it time for you to finally get the barn, hunting lodge, barn dominium, or garage you always wanted? Sutherland's is here to help. Hi, this is Jeremy, sales manager at Sutherland's. When you choose to work with us, you can expect top quality, expertise, and peace of mind, knowing that Sutherland's will do whatever it takes to get the building you've always wanted. For a free quote, call 1-800-66-BARNS. Free estimates at Sutherland's.com. For over 100 years, Sutherland's has been helping folks build it better. No matter the project, we're here to help. Because at Sutherland's, home starts here.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off. Or take 5.9% financing for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2026 GMC Canyon for as low as $399 a month with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, quick segment here as we get into our third hour of halftime in a couple of moments. 877-377-6963, our Lewis Automotive Group hotline when you want to call or you want to text. We're going to need guests in hour number 3? I do not think so. No, we don't have any guests. Although I was told by Clay Henry yesterday, Matt Jones, he might actually just show up in the booth here at some point at Baum-Walker Stadium because he's got a good friend of his that he's taking to the game today.
Clay Henry has some John Turturro qualities in Mr. Deeds. I think you underestimate his sneakiness.
He's very good at walking into the booth unnoticed.
That's what I think. That's what I like. He just kind of like Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men. He's got that. He could do that. He's like, oh, hey.
It's like I'm focusing on the game or whatever, and there's a few people that are really good at just sort of walking in, and I can't even tell they're there until it's like they'll touch me on the shoulder, and it freaks me out because I'm so focused on the game. It's like I'll jump on the radio all of a sudden. Darrell Walker's one, Matt Zimmerman's another, and Clay Henry would be the third. Should have a ninja contest at some point. And Matt, I think you'd be quiet enough.
I was gonna say I'm trying. That's who I want to be. Then those three guys.
Where you're really good. You're good at the quiet exit. That Irish goodbye. You've got that down to a T.
Well, yesterday, if any day was the day to do it, yesterday was the day to do it. If you go to a party yesterday, then it's just all part of it. Yeah.
Got that right. Now it's just an old-fashioned day after St. Patrick's Day. Goodbye.
Just goodbye. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going into hour number 3, and we will be back right after this.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Hey everyone, Josh Earnhardt here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Do you like doing business with local companies? Did you know that AAA Business Systems is one of only a few truly local office technology providers in Northwest Arkansas? Ask your current technology provider where their corporate office is, and let's keep your money in Northwest Arkansas. Buy local, support local. Call us today at 479-442-4185, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Lindbergh and the Lindbergh Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LindberghTeam.com, LIMBIRD. The spring kickoff sale is coming to Sutherland's March 21st. And Ruskin and Zach, we're crashing the party a day early on Friday, March 20th. Live from 2 to 6 to get you ready for lawn season. Trees, shrubs, and tropical plants, 40% off with Garden Club. 10-inch deluxe hanging baskets were $12.99, now $6.99. 3-gallon shade trees, special regularly $49.99, only $12.99. There'll be plant seminars, other special offers, and food and drinks provided by the Lions Club. Ruskin and Zach will be live at Sutherland's, 1801 South Zero Street in Fort Smith, Friday, March 20th from 2 to 6. Sutherland's, no matter the project, here to help because at Sutherland's, home starts here.
Sometimes I'm in a hurry. Stay in the slow lane, buddy. That's when I use the Sodies app to order my favorites and pick up in their drive-thru. They even offer a 10% discount on your first app order. Experience different at Sodies Wine and Spirits off I-540 on Phoenix Avenue.
Every day is worth celebrating at Uncorked. Cocktails, wine, craft beer, bourbons, and unbelievably great food. Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodies.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see partly to mostly sunny skies with highs around 70, a west to southwest wind gusting up to 25 miles an hour. Mostly clear to partly cloudy tonight with lows in the mid to upper 40s. Sunny skies and warmer on Thursday with highs in the lower 80s. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by COP CDL Academy. Want a life-changing career? Give them a call today at 479-632-1050 or check them out online at copcdlacademy.com.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is Halftime, coming at you from the Crabtree RV Studios on ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that could respect it.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it. We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Hugo said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
What name of one Razorback is vintage Matt Jones? The Cinderella story is over, man. Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Back on halftime, hour 3 and 1:01 in the afternoon. Welcome back in. The baseball team's in the middle of their pregame workout with first pitch 2 hours from now. Northern Colorado players are watching, getting stretched out, and got the final game of this 2-game series. Also the last game of this 18-game homestand before heading on the road. And I'm Phil Elson at the Baum Walker Stadium booth. Matt Jones in the studios, well, in his home studio. And Kristen Johnston is in our headquarters. And you can call or you can text anytime on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. We'll go right on the phones here. Hagar in Springdale has given us a call during the commercial break. Hey, Hagar, how you doing today? What's up?
Hey, what's happening, guys? Hey, I was just curious, and I apologize if you've been talking about this already, so you can fill me in, but been thinking about next year's hoops already, and I'm wondering what your thoughts are. I see DJ, Billy Richmond, and Knox, assuming his knee's okay. They just said it's a meniscus, so I'm assuming it's okay. I assume those three will get back. I can't see any of the three of those guys going NBA, but I think Cal thinks enough of them. He'll pay them what they need to stay here. Then you got this, all-star, first-teamer point guard coming in. It looks like he's going to be better than Acuff, if you can imagine.
Really?
And Andrews. So,
I don't want to put that on anybody.
Have you seen? I'm just telling you. Have you seen this kid? Have you seen his build? He would punch Acuff out. He's a monster. But anyway, I'm just curious what your thoughts are about those three coming back. I think you put them with J.J. Andrews and this point guard and get a couple of big men out of the portal. We got even a better shot than this year. So I'll hang up and see what you guys' thoughts are about those guys coming back and what we look like. Thanks.
Well, okay. Thank you very much, Hagar. First the question here would be, Matt, is there anybody that's eligible to come back that you don't think stays at Arkansas? So if Pringle and Brazil are the only ones who are out of eligibility. I think even Malik Ewan's got 1 year, if I remember correctly, and I think Malik Ewan is a good college basketball player. That I wouldn't mind having a guy that's been with you for 2 years and 5 years of college basketball in the front court.
I think Malik Ewan should come back and make $1 million or whatever he's getting paid at Arkansas. The guy that I think it's a little bit different is Billy Richmond, because I think if what's not to like about the wing player Billy Richmond, man? He's like Richard Jefferson, he plays deep. I don't know. That's just the guy to your comment. Malik Thomas should come back. Brazil's gone. Wagner's not an NBA guy. You know, you go down the list or whatever. I think there's 4 NBA guys on this team that will wear NBA jerseys. It doesn't mean this year, but there's Malik Ewing's not playing in the NBA. DJ Wagner's not playing in the NBA. Nick Pringle's not playing in the NBA. We see that. Billy Richmond can. Darius Acuff can. Malik Thomas can, and Trevin Brazil can play in the NBA. Those are 4 guys that in some capacity can wear an NBA uniform. Nobody else on this team's playing in the NBA.
But what about somebody like Boogie last year, you know, who's coming in playing your position and you're looking to go somewhere else, maybe even in the SEC?
Who would be who you think Pringle wants to go somewhere else?
No, he's out of eligibility. He's done.
I mean Ewing, I'm sorry.
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't expect he does. I don't think that there's somebody coming in that plays. That's the only reason the Boogie left. Otherwise, I think he'd have been at Arkansas because there was somebody coming in playing the same position, and he was. I mean, the writing was on the wall. I guess it was pretty obvious to him. So he went somewhere where they had an open spot for.
Boogie's not an NBA guy. Like if we're talking about it, Boogie's not an NBA guy. That's why I think that's a little bit why he left. I mean, I don't think. I mean, who?
Well, he was the guy who came in 2 years ago, and it's like, well, he's one and done. Every year you feel it's like there's going to be a guy who comes in one and done. It's like I hear, you know, if Smith, that's why I can't. You just had Darius Acuff. He's the second first-team All-America in the history of the program. So now, and like Hagar called in and said that maybe Smith next year is better. I'm like, are we going to put that on somebody? Are you really going to put that on somebody coming in here? But then again, with Cal as the coach. Are you going to start to the point where, you know, you expect that, you know, every year's top freshman is better than the one you just had? I can't. I really would have trouble with all the praise that, not us, everybody across the state and on every radio show and all the callers and everything that's been heaped on Darius Acuff for good reason, that there's someone coming in next year that's going to be better. Well, with John Calipari as the coach, I guess anything can happen.
It's our first AP All-American since Sidney Moncrief. Let's relax.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, I agree with you. Like, the guy, odds are he's not going to be better than Acuff.
But is Richmond really like the X factor with this about who's coming back, who's going to the league? Because if you're talking about athletic ability, and there was a word you used describing Malik Thomas, and that he has skills, maybe not the athleticism.
And our starting 5, he's 5th on athletic ability, but he's 1 on skills, like his dribbling ability, his shiftiness, his change of pace. What do I talk? The thing that made Antonio Brown one of the best receivers in the league, like the best receiver for a couple years, wasn't that he was 6'6" and like Calvin Johnson and just bigger. It was because he could change his pace, he could change his speed, his direct. That's what Malik Thomas does. That's why I would have him doing so many box jumps, ladder. There's so many different type track explosive type drills to do. That goes back to the whole thing when you're in 8th grade, play all the sports. You know, there's things you can do. I bet Malik Thomas has never played any other sport but basketball. And it's a shame because if he would have played other sports, he would be a little more explosive, but he might not be as skilled. So maybe it's kind of the Sophie's choice. But now where you are, let's make $2 million and let's do some box jumps. Let's do some explosive type deals to how many times has Malik Thomas dunked on somebody? Billy Corgan. Exactly. I watched every game. 0.
Yeah, I can't remember too many at all. But then there's Richmond, and he's like the polar opposite of that. And I'm not saying he's unskilled because he's got a nice jump shot. He's got a good handle. But when I think of Billy Richmond, and I guess this is one reason why, you know, you're talking about him maybe rising to the level of first-round pick, because I think his skills have gotten better in this second year, but the athleticism and the effort has always been top notch. Like I think of him almost a little bit of, I don't know, maybe this is the wrong way to put it, but like a basketball version of Taylon Green, just like this body and this rawness of athleticism that just looks like you've created somebody that's perfect for the sport specifically, and he's just got to be able to get a little bit more refined at this and that. And I've seen Billy become a more refined player, and there's another step for him to take.
Well, and he's a competitor. There's other things. There's other intangibles Billy has that other people. He competes. There's a lot of coaches. It's like, do you want to compete today? Like talking to the team. Like, we got to go out there and compete. We got to try to get better. And that's the thing that you like about. He's a team player. It seems like all these guys have bought in. But yeah, that's I don't know what type of advice you get. It only takes one. Selfishly, would you want Billy to come back in a Razorback uniform?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Of course.
If he's a first-round pick, I think Coach Cal's dealt with it a lot, and I've had people that, like, once you're you got to go. When you're a first-round pick, you got to go. I can't hold you back. This is a new opportunity. Now, if you're not ready or you're timid, and you know what I've never heard anybody describe Billy Richmond as? Timid.
Is there a place where he can raise his skill to where he can rise up in the first round by staying another year? Or
he has to, so him and ball handling drills. There's things I would do with him. I have a whole list of a couple things to do with him. Working on your shots. Getting a move that's not just the power move. His move is turbo right away. That's his move, right? We watch him play, get the ball, boom. He's gone. His first step's amazing. So he hasn't really had to develop a counter move. Ball handling, dribbling, shooting. Like, there's a couple things you work with him, and then studying film, understanding concepts. Because the athletic ability is there. Billy Richmond is as athletic as anybody I've seen wear a Razorback uniform. I mean, that's just that. So can he play on the next level athletically? Yes. So let's work on a couple of these other things. Malik Thomas is not athletically there, but his skill is there. So there's the difference. That's why you're working on those things.
Anytime looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong, call the Fence Man, because they've been serving our listeners for over 40 years, building custom, one-of-a-kind fences, high security, commercial, residential, automatic gates, and there's 18-month financing available if you need it at the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man ain't afraid of no work. Back in a moment. We'll continue here on Halftime.
It's tournament time, and the Hogs are ready to party in Portland. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Whether your roof needs repaired or totally replaced, Foster Roofing will make sure you have it all covered. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons. If you're looking for the ultimate watch party, Walk-Ons has you covered with wall-to-wall TVs, scratch-made Louisiana favorites, and a full lineup of crap beers and cocktails. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
SEC has changed. Our coach has changed. Our roster has changed.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit, is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's Lutz boxes are going to people's heads. Because once they experience the refined $5 box, opulent $7 box, and indulgent $9 box with the new crispy chicken crunch wrap slider, they start expecting everything to be as Lutz.
Home, James.
You know you don't have a chauffeur, right? Don't let the Lutz go to your head. Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes today.
It's here, the ultimate challenge going on at the Lewis Automotive Group, and we're on a mission to sell over 600 vehicles, and we're getting extremely close. We've got more than 1,000 vehicles to choose from. and more than $2 million in discounts, and we're not holding anything back all month long. Get up to $20,000 off MSRP or 0% financing on select models. And payments starting at only $199 a month. The ultimate savings, the ultimate selection, and the ultimate amount for your trade. The ultimate challenge going on only at the Lewis Automotive Group.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for. Only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com. RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
While most people are playing for bragging rights, MyBookie is giving away $100,000 in their Madness Bracket Contest. This is about turning your ball knowledge into bankroll. Head to mybookie.ag. Use code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and get your first bet covered up to $500. If it misses, activate your Bet Back bonus token and run it back. The madness only comes once a year, so don't just watch it, win it. Only at MyBookie. Must opt in during the bet. Tease the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they love the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E. from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
For the guys, call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March. Now let's get back to halftime with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Arkansas football legend, Matt Jones.
Well, I didn't have the first 4 on last night because I was on the air for Arkansas baseball as they beat Northern Colorado with a run rule.
Texas almost choked it away.
Yeah, I know. Tremont Mark had the big bucket, but I also know that Charles. This when it comes time for March Madness. Now Charles Barkley gets to have an opinion about college basketball. So I missed a little bit of what he was talking
They're going
about.
to do something because you got all these middlemen who are scumbags. You got agents who are scumbags who don't care about loyalty to a school. That's what bothers me. You don't change rules of anything for the 1%. 1% of these guys are great players who make the school a lot of money. But let's don't throw out, I don't like that bathwater thing. Let's don't change the rule for 1% of the players. 1% of these players are going to go pro in every sport. 1%. But we've changed the rule for that 1%, and that's what's unfair.
I really am not even sure what he's talking about. But in terms of the bathwater thing, was that like throwing out the baby with the bathwater? Was that what he was trying to hit on?
Well, there is a Gwen Stefani song about the bathwater that maybe we'll get to next. I know exactly what he's talking about. Don't change the rules for the 99% that this is it for them, and they're coddling to those guys. But then there are there are untrustworthy people out there. If it's agents, if it's the wrong people giving bad advice to kids. That's why when we're talking about our kids, we're talking about Arkansas kids. I come to it as an agent, as like a coach, as a father, like as a you want to tell these kids the right thing to do because they are super talented and they're just babies, but there are vultures out there that try to take a hold of somebody and take advantage of people, and that's truth, Phil, because in NFL, NBA, and baseball, there's a players union that protect these kids. In college basketball, there's not a players union to protect. I think that's where he's kind of going at it with a little bit.
See, and I feel like they need to have some kind of an association, even if they're not going to be employees, if there's not going to be collective bargaining, there still has to be some kind of player-led organization that can watch out for the players in terms of maybe setting their own standards about agents. I think when he's talking about scumbags for the agents, you're thinking about somebody that's taking 20% instead of what do you usually get as an agent?
I know what NFLR is, or what I don't know what MLB and NFL was. I mean, NBA is, but if you're a first-round pick, it's 1.5% you give to the agent in the NFL. If you're a second-round pick, it goes to 3%, and then that's the max that the union doesn't allow you to charge more than 3% to be the agent, and you have to be certified. You have to go through the thing that I don't know if you want to say it gets you branded, but you have to go through some. In college sports, anybody that says they want to represent you can represent you.
But I'm not sure how much talking about the game. So I saw a few clips of like 2 minutes of the basketball broadcast on, and Brian Anderson sounded awful. I mean, I guess he just lost his voice. Meanwhile, he's like trying to call the game, and you got Barkley doing his thing. Barkley is not meant to be a game analyst. He's way too talkative to be a game analyst. And then you got Dick Vitale reminding them.
We got a game going on. Dial it in. This is a game for these kids.
Like Barkley is talking about everything except the game that's right there in front of him. You got Anderson who's trying to call the game, and then Vitale reminding them, hey guys, there's a game going on here. What about these kids? Why are we talking about them? Just an odd combination when you end up with a broadcast that's got Brian Anderson with Dick Vitale and Charles Barkley. Like, BA can work with anybody. Barkley can make fun of anybody. And I'm not sure how Vitale fits in there at all. Anderson can call whatever, but he's more, I think, an NBA guy from previously in Major League Baseball and all of that. Barkley, I'm not sure how much college basketball he watches to be one of the main in-studio analysts for March Madness. And it's just an odd combo. But it sounded entertaining.
Who else in the sports world is a Charles Barkley when I'm thinking of other sports? Because he's kind of like he is the draw. Like, people like to hear what Charles Barkley says, even though we know that he hasn't watched a lot of college basketball. He's likable. People he kind of like Big Papi maybe in baseball. He's a big old teddy bear. People kind of like him,
But
feels like one of us.
I feel like he's one of those guys that you never know what he's going to say. So you're like hanging on it for a moment because he might say something that's a little bit out of left field.
Like a Bill Walton?
Yes, maybe without the drug references.
Without the Grateful Dead references, yeah.
Yeah, without all of that stuff, Pink Floyd and whatever. And certainly without the tie-dye shirts. But, yeah, it was just you don't have the NFL analysts on ESPN for the college football playoff, do you? They've got the game day crew that's been covering college football all year long. But Barkley gets to be a college basketball guy. I guess, but more than just entertaining. And I'll miss here's the other thing too. Chris in Springdale texted in, and he loves college basketball, but he's not going to watch the first four. He's never going to watch the first four. Those were his exact words. I don't know how much first four I'm watching tonight. I will watch tomorrow. The thing is that once the team plane lands, that's about when the game has already started. So that'll be something, watching the entire baseball team on their phones as soon as the game lands, watching Arkansas versus Hawaii. It'll be 60 people, 60 phones, all watching the same game as soon as that thing lands tomorrow.
Barcelona and Newcastle tied 2-2 right now. You know who plays today at 3 o'clock?
Who?
Liverpool, Champions League. You know what I'm going to be watching at 3 o'clock?
What?
Let's go, Reg. You'll never walk alone.
That's great. See, you've got your whole day planned out in front of you here. I've got a good chunk of my day planned out in front of me here.
I'm with Chris in Springdale.
Clay Henry just made it into the radio booth quietly, but I did see the door open, Matt. So he wasn't quite as ninja-like as you might have expected.
Does he have on his sneakers? Because that's what ninjas wear.
Yep, he's got his sneakers on. He's got his pair of Hokas. They're right there, which means look at what you brought with you here today, Clay. It's an absolutely gorgeous day for baseball. Could not ask for anything better than that. Yes, sir. 877-377-6963 is our Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Matt and the unit will take it the rest of the way. I got to head down to the field and talk with Dave Van Horn. I see the lineup today, and it's a little bit different. Just tell you about this real quick. Damian Ruiz is starting in center field. Zach Stewart's back in right field, so that's good to know that his groin is good enough to play the field. Carter Rutenbar will make his first catching start. Carson Brumbaugh will get the start at shortstop, so that's the first game that Carson plays at shortstop in, I think it's been more than a week. And then Christian Turner's going to start in left field batting ninth. So it's a much different looking lineup today. And at about 2:30, I'll tell you a lot more about that. Meanwhile, Matt and the unit take over halftime, and they'll come back after the break.
Coming in toward the line, Damian Ruiz. He's there. He's got it. And the Razorbacks have won it today here at Globe Life by a score of 3-1.
This is halftime.
This college basketball tournament moment is brought to you by Marriott Bonvoy.
2019 NCAA tournament, 12-seeded Murray State was led by projected lottery pick John Morant. In the opening round against 5th-seeded Marquette, Morant put up a rare triple-double, scoring 17 points, 16 assists, and 11 rebounds.
Obviously, I wouldn't be able to get the triple-doubles without my teammates making shots.
He followed that with 28 points against 4th-seeded Florida State.
Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Clinton Yates here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast. Others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Hey everybody, Zachary Hall here, otherwise known as the Arkansas Storm Tracker. If you have not stopped by the Jam Mart in Fort Smith on Phoenix Avenue, you're missing out. They have a brand new hot case in there. They serve breakfast, they serve lunch, they serve dinner. My personal favorite is the chicken strips and potato wedges. They also serve cheeseburgers as well. They have all sorts of options that you don't want to miss. Be sure to stop by and see your local Jam Mart, Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith today. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in Arkansas.
Fill her up, please.
Mustard or ketchup? You don't just maintain your land, you master it. And at Sutherland's, we've got the steel to help you do it. Experience the brute force of a bad boy mower. These mowers turn a weekend chore into a victory lap. But every great machine needs a home. Our Sutherland's custom barns are built to last. Call 1-800-66-BARNS. Sutherland's with 4 stores in Arkansas, Fort Smith, Huntsville, Hot Springs, and Stuttgart, and online at Sutherlands.com. No matter the project, we're here to help because at Sutherland's, home starts here.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Enclaves at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. That's $4,000 off and 4.9% financing for up to 84 months on this luxurious third-row SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Arklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu has 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3 or less. As their official Lutzierge, I get a lot of questions about it from people who let the Lutz go to their heads. Like the ones who get the new mini taco salad in its crispy tortilla shell bowl and want to know if they should be eating it with a mini taco salad fork. Which, no. Just use the fork that comes in the bag. Don't let the Lutz go to your head. Try Taco Bell's new $3 or less Lutz Value Menu today. At participating Taco Bell stores while supplies last. Price and participation vary. Tax extra.
Will your bracket be better than Matt Jones, Derek Ruskin, Tommy Kraft, and the rest of the ESPN Arkansas team? Register at hitthatline.com for the ESPN Arkansas and Mach 1 Motorsports Bracket Challenge Motorcycle Madness giveaway. It would not be possible without our presenting sponsors, Moix RV of Arkansas, Butler Furniture, Swift's Jewelry, and Twin Peaks and Rogers. Our bracket challenge is also brought to you in part by Great Garage Doors, Phil Wright Autoplex, Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Century Bank of the Ozarks, Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, and West Ark Yamaha. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Ooh, yeah. All right, well, jamming. I wanna jam it with you. We're jamming, and I hope you like jamming too. And the rules say no about we can do it anyhow. I and I will see you through. 'Cause every day we pay the price. We're the level sacrifice. Jamming till the jam is through. We're jamming. To think that jamming was the thing of the past. We're jamming, and I hope the jam is gonna last. No bullet to stop us now. We need to beg, no, we won't bow. Neither can be born nor soul. We all defend the right side. The children must unite. Who life is worth much more than gold.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Good morning, Alyssa. Are you bracketing? Have you been researching and everything?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, guys. I've done a little bit, but I still have to put my bracket together. Finn has, though. Talked to him yesterday. He's got his Final Four. He has Arkansas winning it all, beating Houston,
There we
actually, in his championship game. And he broke it all down, said, we've got Darius Acuff, but we also have Trevin Brazil and Malik Thomas. So, Finn's on it. So, I'm taking the 8-year-old's advice.
That's great. That's great. He hasn't had the soul-crushing losses. Just kind of take through everything through him
He's
just
not
yet,
quite
right?
jaded.
No.
Right. He's not quite jaded. He still believes as he should. So, it was so sweet looking at his bracket, and he's at a point too. You're 8, you're in second grade, and he filled it out, wrote it all himself. So I wish him the best of luck. Hope they do it for Finn.
I love the unbridled optimism of an 8-year-old.
I'm just glad he's writing
Right.
with pen and paper and not pushing it on a computer. So a penmanship counts.
Yeah, no, hey, Matt, I'll tell you something. They're learning cursive right now in second grade, which I love. I just pretty much write all in cursive for the most part.
That's awesome.
And he is doing beautifully with his cursive. I don't think I've ever been more proud. Seriously, it's been great.
So when he writes out Kennesaw State and then upset over Gonzaga, you'll know that it actually says Kennesaw State, huh? You won't have to do KSU.
Yeah. No.
Those
it's
of
so
us,
sweet.
those of us with awful handwriting like me, I'm only using the anagrams.
Vanderbilt's always Vandy. Yeah,
they're VU.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even go with the 5 letters.
No. No, Vandy. He told me he has Vandy losing in the first round too. He's so funny.
He hates Vandy just because
But
that's the last team Arkansas played, right? That's got to be the only reason.
Yeah, I think that's it. But I told him not to completely go off a tangent. So his second grade teacher is Peyton Willis's mom, and I don't know if that name rings a bell. He went to Fayetteville High School, played, and then went to Vandy, played at Vandy, then ended his career at Minnesota. He's playing overseas now in Italy. But they talk basketball all the time.
That's great when you've got that kind of connection with a teacher. That's for sure. Hey, Pinto texted in, Alyssa, 877-377-6963. He says, you did a great job broadcasting the state tournament game. I don't know which one he's referring to, because how many did you do? It was more than one.
I had 4 TV games and 2 radio games. And so some of those were color and some of those were play-by-play, which, I told you about. So I had a play-by-play game on the TV, 2 play-by-play games on TV and 1 on the radio. And then the rest were color, and I had a blast. It was so fun.
How much fun. So give me one performance that you called, that you saw up front that stood out from the rest.
Oof. Barton boys basketball. I was on the radio on the Buzz for that game, doing color with RJ Hawk. And you think about Barton and everything that led up to that game, the fight with England, all the noise, all of the opinions, everyone really just talking about what happened away from the court. And for them to come out and get a 89-44 win over Mount Vernon Enola, and not to take anything away from Mount Vernon Enola, they beat them about 2 weeks ago, 63-60. And they come out and not only do they win with one of the largest margins of victory in the state tournament, but I'm telling you, offensively, shooting 68% from the field, they had 8 3. I mean, it was one of those things where it's just like I checked off every offensive box on my bingo list with what they were able to accomplish. And it was really, it was just really cool to see them respond the way that they did and quiet the noise and truly put on a show in the 2A Boys State Championship game.
Farmington's a dynasty. I mean, it's right here in the Varsity Vibe newsletter that I get every Tuesday morning, and that dynasty is expected to continue with Easton McCullough, just a sophomore.
Right. No, it's really impressive what they've been able to do. Even then, when you think about the fact that Easton was the only starter on that team a season ago. So it's not like they returned their entire team from last year. And then to put it into perspective, I was talking to head coach Jessica McCullough before the game. They've been 7 years in a row. Easton, as a sophomore, was in 3rd grade when this run started, that they played in the state finals. I mean, it's just insane to think about. And again, she just has so much ahead of her, and it's really exciting to see. But they just reload over there. And Jessica kind of joked taking over for Brad Johnson this year, first-year head coach for her. She said, I'm just here to make sure I keep the train on the tracks. I've been an assistant with him for 21 years, and she obviously a big part of the success, and now she has the reins. And, just don't screw it up, right? No pressure. But they are incredible to watch, and they just continue to pump out success. It's really cool to see.
What is it about Farmington? Because, I mean, you look at, I guess it's tough to get a dynasty that lasts this long through coaching changes. You think of like Greenwood football, maybe Bryant football to a point, baseball at Bryant maybe. Why has this happened at Farmington for girls basketball?
I think 2 things. I think that, obviously it's the culture and the program that Coach Johnson laid down before he went and joined Kelsey Music staff. But also, too, these girls have played together, and they want to continue to play together at every level of basketball. And there are, you want to play and perform and win, you go to Farmington. And something else that Coach McCullough said is, like, we have girls on our bench that could start anywhere right now. But they want to be a part of this team, and they want to be a part of the program. And that's the kind of buy-in, that unselfish buy-in of, I just want to be a part of something special and continue the legacy and continue the tradition here, that unselfishness to be a part of the team and not care about individually yourself, I think speaks to a lot of why they are where they are.
So give me another game that you called that stood out to you.
Yep. So I did the Farmington PA game, or the Pea Ridge PA game. And that was a very fun game to call. The fun thing with Pulaski Academy is they're about to move up to 5A and join Farmington in the 5A. So that'll be interesting. They have Greenlee Elmore, who was just a sophomore herself. And that'll be a fun matchup between those two. And then, North Little Rock and Harbor. And you have someone with, Harbor with Kimberly Jenkins, and first time taking Harbor to the state finals. She's been there a handful of times with Valley Springs. And she's, talking to her. She's just trying to build what Daryl Fimples built at North Little Rock. 2 very cool, very cool storylines matched up to each other. Two very talented teams. I think the two best teams in the 6A. Harbor gave them a fight in the second half. I think if Harbor maybe would have had a better start in the first half, in the first quarter specifically, and not build themselves in such a hole that they would have been able to be a little bit closer. They even could have maybe won that game. But yeah, North Little Rock, another program under Coach Fimple that's had a lot of success, and they were able to take care of business. That was fun. One that I did not call the Parkview Marion game, but I definitely was there. Parkview won that in overtime, and that was exciting. And then I was able to watch Bryant beat Central, and I think everyone was kind of, if you didn't have a dog in the fight, you were rooting for Central because they were underdogs. But it was just fun to kind of sit back and not have to pick sides and just watch a really good basketball game.
Yeah, my daughter's a Central student. She was at that game. She was bummed out, but she said it was a good game. So
really?
Yeah, at least it was a
You
good
should have
game.
said hello. I was right by the Central bench. The student section was right behind me.
So so now that the basketball season comes to an end, we got bat and ball season for Varsity Vibe. What you got planned?
Yes, I'm so excited. This is my time of the year, so we're just kind of getting ready to. Same thing with what we were able to do during basketball season. Just be able to sit down with these coaches and with these athletes and have these conversations. And so excited to get that going. I've already sat down with Kent Early at Bentonville, and of course he's built to talk about a dynasty in softball and what they've been able to accomplish. And that was a fun conversation that we'll share next week. Got to talk with Josh Reynolds, the head coach at Pea Ridge. They won a state title last year, as did Rogers Baseball. So those are kind of already in the works. I'm actually headed your way right now. Going to go and spend some time with J.J. Andrews and sit down with him and talk about his career. So excited about that conversation that we'll be able to share with you guys at the end of the week.
Matt, good to hear from Alyssa there, man. I love this time of year with the tournament and everything, and you get a couple good games. I know last night NC State and Texas was kind of a good little appetizer for the big March Madness, and it went down to the wire. We talked about Tremont Mark with the game winner, but tonight you've got Miami of Ohio playing. A lot of speculation around whether they should have been in or not, but they're in, and they've got a chance to advance tonight. Who do you like in tonight's matchup between Miami of Ohio and SMU? SMU's pretty salty.
Man, I'm taking Miami of Ohio. I know they just got beat by the Minutemen, who were 15 and something. And SMU, by some of the metrics, when you're hearing people talk about it, they say they're a team that could make a little run.
Yes.
So I don't know who do you got in that one, Unit?
I kind of want to go with SMU. Like you said, they're playing really good basketball. I think they've had a player out, one of their better players, and I think they're getting him back. And usually we see in this kind of first four in kind of matchup, you've seen teams even make runs from that. I know Syracuse did it a couple years ago, and I think North Carolina did it before. I mean, when you look at SMU, I think they're one of those teams, but Miami of Ohio, if they're able to get by SMU, could kind of go on a Cinderella run. But when you look at their record, 31-1, that they don't play the toughest of competition, but to go 31-1 is still impressive.
You're right on. What about Texas? Do you think so? We're talking about the first four, and every once in a while, Unit, you have a team in that first four that makes a little run because you get a little momentum. It might be an advantage. You win that game, you go forward. Do you think Texas over BYU, and then you would play Gonzaga or Kennesaw? You think Texas has enough to make a run?
I don't. I was kind of surprised they won last night because they really have played pretty bad basketball at this time of the year, and I kind of thought NC State was kind of a little more hotter than they were, but you got to give them credit. They had a good game plan last night, and I know in the first half they shot a lot of threes, made a lot of threes, and NC State in the first half really was making a lot of damage in the paint, and I thought NC State would pull away in the second half. I just wasn't a big believer in Texas. They're not really physical, and I just didn't think they'd have it in them. But
they were able to do it last night. It almost got away from them. You know, Tremont Mark is one of those players you want the ball in their hands. So if a game with Texas comes down to the final shot, I like their chances because of Tremont Mark. But I think I don't think they get by BYU. I just think with DeBonsa, he's going to be too tough to handle, and I just think BYU's a better basketball team. And I can't really I can't root for Texas, but I just don't really see much of a reason to think that they can make a run. They do have a couple nice players like Swain and the point guard, but I just and Volkatitis, I think is his name. He could be a matchup problem for some teams, but Texas, I just don't think that they've got it in them to make a run this year.
Fair enough. Do when you look at this bracket, and I've been looking at the bracket all day. I know we did our bracket yesterday. Do you have a double-digit seed in the Sweet 16? Who is your Cinderella team? I have South Florida. They're 11, beating Louisville, who's a 6th. So I got South Florida winning in the first round, but then I had Michigan State beating them, so it kind of stopped. I got UCF over UCLA. Is there a upset? Is there a team you like that could make a run that's not really like a top 4 seed?
I want to go with Utah State.
Nice.
I think they're a team that is going to surprise some people. I know they've got a tough road. I think they're going to have to beat Gonzaga in this next round if they want to go for a run. But I can see them matching pretty well with Gonzaga. They shoot the 3 ball pretty well, and I just I think they're poised to make a.
Well, Utah State they'll play Arizona if they beat Villanova.
That's right.
Gonzaga will play the Texas or BYU, which BYU. And I was looking at a list of like the best players in the NCAA tournament. They did a top 50 list. And do you want to guess what 2 Arkansas Razorbacks were on the top 50 list of the NCAA tournament?
It's got to be obviously Acuff, and then there's like 3 guys that you can make a case for.
You got the first one right, but then there's 3 other guys you can choose from, but only one of them made it.
I would have to say Brazil.
Malik Thomas is the guy, and they talk about that 29-point game he had against Ole Miss. He's 49% shooting from the 3-point line in SEC play. That is, man, dude, that's amazing.
He's definitely got that kind of takeover quality like Acuff has, but he does it in different ways. He obviously he can shoot over anybody. He can get his shot off pretty much when he wants to. And I noticed this year he's really gotten good at that floater. And I know Cal was before he came in, he was, trying to get Malik to develop a floater. And really, if you look at that Vanderbilt game, he made that shot several times. And I think he's going to have to get better at that because he's probably not explosive enough to get to the hole very often. And he's not very physical and that type of thing.
He's just a baby. Yeah. He's getting better. It's fun. And the cool thing, and I you gotta, I don't know if you change your mind or what you got, but you used to get to see kids grow. I mean, think about 40 years ago, freshmen didn't even get to play. And then there was this whole kids going from high school. Now it was like you got to go one and done. You got to go for a year, but there's nothing wrong with going to college for 2, 3, 4 years, making $10 million and then going to the NBA and working on your craft. And that's what Malik's doing. There comes a point that you got to do your thing and study the game, learn, do all that stuff, and don't look at, I guess, as a player unit, everybody you're looking for a chip on your shoulder. But the truth is that timing matters, man. Take care of yourself. Control what you can control. Don't worry about that. And that's, I think in the first hour today we talked about the difference between the kid at Kansas and Acuff. Acuff's not thinking about the NBA draft. He's just going out there and playing, and the NBA draft's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's what Malik Thomas should do. That's the same thing. Just go out there and play, and then they're gonna holler at you. The kid at Kansas has wrong people in his ears.
Yeah.
He has something going on where it's like, bro, just go play the game that you love. Go play basketball and compete.
Yeah. all the right things are being said about Acuff right now, and that obviously, to me, only helps his case. It's you could be like Peterson at Kansas and kind of take a more selfish approach to it, but Acuff is doing it the right way because he's playing through whatever he's got going on. Obviously, he can play through it, and he's playing well. So, and he can lead his team far in the tournament. He's doing everything right. Now, I think his draft stock has just gone up as the season has gone along, because this time of the year you got more eyes on you, and I believe he's going to be one of those players that people are watching when March Madness starts to heat up. All right, we'll take a break here, and we got one more segment, myself and Matt Jones, to conclude halftime today. Stay with us.
Madison, James Madison. We are the Dukes of JMU. Madison, James Madison. The Fighting Dukes of JMU.
This is halftime.
The spring kickoff sale is coming to Sutherland's March 21st. And Ruskin and Zach, we're crashing the party a day early on Friday, March 20th. Live from 2 to 6 to get you ready for lawn season. Trees, shrubs, and tropical plants, 40% off with Garden Club. 10-inch deluxe hanging baskets were $12.99, now $6.99. 3-gallon shade tree, special regularly $49.99, only $12.99. There'll be plant seminars, other special offers, and food and drinks provided by the Lions Club. Ruskin and Zach will be live at Sutherland's, 1801 South Zero Street in Fort Smith, Friday, March 20th from 2 to 6. Sutherland's, no matter the project, here to help because at Sutherland's, home starts here.
Looking for a fun way to get your kids outside and learning a new skill? The Ben Gurion Youth Golf Academy is teeing off March 24th, open to ages 3 through 16. This exciting program teaches the fundamentals of golf in a fun, encouraging environment for beginners and young players of all skill levels. Spots are limited, so don't wait to get your young golfers signed up. And while you're thinking about golf, Ben Gurion Golf Course is still offering 2026 annual memberships. Enjoy a year of great golf at one of the most played golf courses in the River Valley. Call 479-646-5301 or visit Ben Gurion Golf Course today to learn more and register.
COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050, COP CDL Academy.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging, your Xerox authorized dealer in the River Valley. Xerox is more than just a brand, it's your ultimate business partner. Whether you need high-speed printers, powerful copiers, or seamless cloud solutions, Xerox has the tools to keep your business running smoothly and efficiently. And right now, for a limited time, we're offering a free Xerox color printer with the lease or purchase of many Xerox models. To learn more, call us at 783-6600 or visit us at dixiedigital.com. Dixie Digital Imaging, your partner in business success.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR. Grit is who you can trust.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shop, carports, and more. They strive to be a company where contractors as well as do-it-yourselfers are welcome. Metal Mart assists you in calculating the materials needed to complete your project, all at a rate you can afford. Stop by 7320 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith or call 648-3342. You can also catch them online at metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
Harry Robinson Salisal Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
If your car took a hit during the recent winter storm, you're not alone. Snow, ice, hidden curbs, and sliding traffic can cause damage you might not even notice right away. At Evans Body Shop, we're here to help. whether it's a small dent, a scrape, or more serious collision damage. Stop by Evans Body Shop at 412 Gordon Avenue in Van Buren for an inspection and let our experienced team get you safely back on the road. We work with all insurance companies and have been taking care of our community for 20 years.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive hotline at 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March. Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Back here on halftime, the Matt Jones, Christian Johnston here, wrapping things up with a quick segment here. Matt, I know we've talked March Madness, but this baseball team is starting to kind of turn things around a little bit. I know you went to a game, I believe, last week against Mississippi State, and I don't think many Razorback fans knew exactly what to expect, but Arkansas kind of holds true to form, you know, a team that's going to battle you and is tough to beat at home, especially in this conference. They've kind of got Mississippi State's number, but that was a good Mississippi State team that they took 2 games out of 3, and I think we kind of learned that this Arkansas team's a little better than most people thought, and may surprise some people. I know that's hard to say with a Dave Van Horn coach team that Arkansas team is going to surprise people, but I think if you compare the way they've played in some of the non-conference games, you know, their approach at the plate and that type of thing, I think they're starting to look like a real Razorback baseball team, a typical Dave Van Horn team.
That's a good observation, Unit. I think if you're thinking about what's going on now to what's going to happen in the next 60 days, it's about getting a little bit better each day. It's about learning tendencies. It's about studying film. There's so many things that go into getting better. It's about competing, really. I mean, when you want to say it's about being a competitor. And there's some people in life that like to compete at every single little thing they do, and then there's some people that don't. And I think that's what Dave Van Horn, when you're recruiting somebody, it's like, are you a competitor? Do you like to compete? Are you trying to get better? And it's never easy. And is this the most talented team that Dave Van Horn's had? No. No, it's not. And I hear the music, and we'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah, he's going to get the most out of this team, and I think as the season goes on, the Razorback baseball team will be a force to be reckoned with. And they started off conference play good, taking 2 of 3 from the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Hopefully the Razorbacks in basketball win their opening round game tomorrow against Hawaii. We'll talk more about that throughout the day. Ruskin and Zach will have it next. They'll talk more about the game, and stay tuned to ESPN Arkansas for Ruskin and Zach coming up. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. or call 479-782-3936. The Fifth Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Hey, it's Todd Richardson. We're here at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue.